Managed to avoid that. Well, okay. Starting things off with a hype train, I see. Thank you all so much for stopping by tonight. You all are absolutely amazing. We love you all. Thank you all so much for the support, both on here and on YouTube. It's honestly felt this is going to be a crazy night. Sincerely, thank you. So, welcome to this week's episode of Adventure Rolls Winds of Calamity, a weekly D&D game set in the world of Legend of Zelda. I am your friendly neighborhood dungeon master for this adventure, Fisk, aka Literary DM. Apart from that, I don't really think we have much more. A bit of announcement. In 2 weeks, so May 10th, we will actually be taking that week off. There'll be no Winds of Calamity or really a redo episode. We'll just be off that week, so it'll be 2 weeks, May 10th. Take a little bit of break, have some family stuff, because honestly, taking care of yourself is also very important. But apart from that, let's go ahead and jump into the party and have them introduce each other, starting with Cizri.
Hi, I am at Pip/Rachel, and I like to post art. So you can find me on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, under Pip400art. And yeah, you can come see all the stuff I do. I also stream art on Mondays at 3:30 CST over at Marquee Gaming. So you can come hang out with me then. It's always a good time. For this game, I play Cizri, a Tweely Paladin/Rogue. I just leveled up to my Swashbuckler Rogue. Is it subclass? I don't know. There's all these different names for each class. So whatever it is. Swashbuckler, though. I'm very excited about it. I'm excited to use it. And yeah. That's about it.
Yeah. Perfect. And yes, the party recently leveled up last week. And it's going to be fun to see what everyone got. So let's go ahead and continue down the line with the other member of our Twilight duo, Mike.
Yes, I am the other Twilight twin. Who goes by Bardic Dice and not with this crazy accent. I know.
That switch, I wasn't looking at your face. I thought someone else said that. Like, my brain did not connect the switch.
Alan Rickman came back out of nowhere.
Hello, Bardic Dice is not here. No. My name's Bardic Dice. I'm also a Twitch streamer. I play Dungeons and Dragons on Wednesday and Thursday night. Wednesday is our Wild Beyond the Witchlight campaign that Literary and Silent are in, with the big boss battle coming up tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The Hourglass Coven has reunited. That's going to be a fun time. But they do the upper hand, so you should come and support them tomorrow. And then on Thursdays, I do a homebrew Fates United that Rachel and Mark play in, and they just defeated the bad guy there. So it's a whole lot of fun. Wednesdays, Thursdays, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I started uploading some stuff on YouTube, so hopefully we can keep that momentum going and maybe get eventually caught up. It's super fun. But tonight, as you heard before, the secondary Twilight Twin, I play Apham, a magic-loving guardian in training. He is a level 2 Oracle and now a level 3 Mastermind Rogue. Perfect for a note-taking companion. So as he tries to keep everyone alive and tactically in touch, super fun to see if he can help some people tonight.
Perfect. I am excited for this and terrified of this Mastermind Swashbuckler combo. Especially because Swashbuckler mixed with Paladin. Woo!
Yeah, nasty.
It's going to be a nasty combo. So with that, jumping on down, we have the legend himself, Silent.
Hello. My name is Silent Legend. I don't do any D&D content per se, but I do play a lot of video games, stuff like that. So if you want to check that out, cool. In terms of this game, I play Aaron. He is my Rito Ranger. level 3 ranger, level 2 fighter now. Yes, I just checked the level distribution. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. One more fighter level, and I'm gonna start using some magic with my bow and arrow. It's gonna be great. Excited. All right, that's me.
No, I'm excited. The moment you told me what archetype you were doing, I was I mean, you and I were immediately like, yo!
Oh, yes.
So, one more level for that, but excited for having some second wind. And with that, let's go ahead and... or Action Surge, I'm sorry. You have Action Surge. With that, we're going to go ahead and hop on over to the sad boy, currently, a deck.
The saddest.
Forgot about that.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. Hi, I'm Mark. I'm less sad than Attic is right now. So that's a good thing. Attic is my level 5 artificer, Sheikah. Tony Stark, essentially. And I also do stream D&D on Sundays at 2 p.m. CST, where Rachel's there as a player, Mike is there as a player, and Lit is there as a spoiler giver because he knows how to predict the plot and kill my players because he predicts their death. So
I almost did it again.
yeah.
That was an accident.
That was a tough battle. That was very
That
tough
was all
battle.
Lit's fault.
The moment I sent that in the chat, I was immediately like, what have I done?
My power.
It was too late, though. It was in the universe. It's been spoken to the universe. It's going to happen. So,
Mark, by the way, I have a surprise for you tonight. Found
Really?
something out quite amazing last night. You can order free boxes from USPS. Just put that out there. Just put that out there. I heard you love some boxes.
It's the order
No.
boxes.
He does love his boxes.
good to be
Oh, because I got it because there's like all those boxes.
Nice.
So, I think that's everything. Did you get everything you wanted to get to, Mark?
Oh, yeah, I'm good.
Great. So yes, if you had not already, go ahead and follow these fine people on all their social media platforms, as well as even Twitch. Subscribe if you so feel like it. They're all worth supporting. Apart from that, I think that's everything we need to go ahead and get taken care of. So let's go ahead and dive into tonight's episode of Winds of Calamity.
Yeah, I got silent on it. Let's go. 2 more down.
I think he's been
Rachel's like,
doing
I'll
it.
never do it. Rachel's like, I'll never join it.
Actually, I didn't even see what you're doing.
Only been every
The
episode.
wave.
Oh, do you? Oh.
Yeah.
I breathe in because it's the winds of calamity.
Oh, that's cute. Yeah.
Those paladin perception rolls.
It's true.
We're off to a great start. So anyway,
Hashtag
when
don't
last
stay silent.
we left our heroes, our party was journeying from meeting a Twilight captain known as Captain Kelt. They're making their way to the tower holding the Minish known as No One. As they all had brief inquiries with each other, Aaron received a new mission from his organization to potentially look into the goings-on of Adek's father, to see if he has any possible connections to the Yiga and maybe anything that's going on currently with Vati. Aaron brought this to Adek, and Adek was forthcoming with his father's history regarding that of being the Yiga, but no longer being a part of it. Which then brought us to the tower, looking into what this book was. Smiting it with everything they had, Cizri and Cyclops struck the book, which also managed to strike a part of Adek, revealing, potentially, that he may share some of the bloodline of the Demon King, a being that they do not know the name, in which Adek's fears were realized. In a moment of comfort and a bit of solitude, Adek then, with the rest of the party, went down to the ship. They spent the rest of the trip somewhat separated, talking with each other, but letting Adek have his space. As we pick up, as everyone is pulled into port at the Gerudo Fort. It is currently nighttime. You can see a decent-sized structure from where you are that goes about 20 feet and then goes outward for the second portion of the fort. There are Gerudo walking up, and there are towers about. And from there, Adek. As you feel the ship come to a halt, you come up to the top of the ship, the deck of the ship, holding a finished picto box.
All right, everybody. Gather around real quick.
Sure.
All right. Get close. Come on.
Squeeze it on in.
Squeeze it on. Holds out the picto box for selfie. And I'll grab it. I'll take a second one.
Huh?
What are you doing?
Hold on. All right. I'm keeping this one.
Like faces.
And he hands the other one to Cizri. And there's a picture of all of us together on it.
Why are our faces looking like that? Did you draw us?
No, this thing captured the moment visually right there. So, I mean...
This your thing?
Yeah. So...
Well, that's quite depressive, actually.
So this way, no matter what happens with me, we'll always have this moment where we're all happy and smiling together. Even if something else does happen, we'll still have this. And I'll be able to hold on to this one too and remember it as well.
Mortal enemies. We used to be friends.
What?
It's not gonna happen, Attic. You know that, right?
I'm hoping not, but just in case, maybe this will pull me back from the edge or something.
Like shove this picture in your face type of thing.
Well, I got my own, but...
Yeah. Well, just in case. This
So
is
we just yell at you, be like, take the picture out of your pocket. Look at it.
Yeah.
What in
Yeah.
your left wallet? Okay, cool.
So, what's a wallet?
What's which?
You put rupees in there?
Yeah, wallets exist.
You mean the pouch?
Actually, do.
Yeah,
Oh, do you really?
they're
Wow.
called wallets.
They're actually called wallets.
They call wallets. Yeah.
I'm done.
Look. I'm not saying I disagree.
Well, that's really impressive, Attic.
that is so you could just do that wherever.
Yeah, so actually, Cizri, I made this for you to keep. So you could remember places you go and things you like to see. And just have a record of places you like. So, because I can't draw them forever with my thing. Those go away eventually. But this will keep it forever.
Susie looks like her brain broke.
Is it?
Ava like leans in over to Aaron and just goes, "Nice, respect."
Very,
Good
very
move.
nice.
That was a nice move.
He's just kind of waving off his wing in front of Cizri's face. He's like, she okay? Hello?
Does that mean she likes it?
Honestly, I'm not sure.
No, I mean, enjoy the fact that she's speechless. It does not happen often.
So you're telling me
Here we go.
I could
Oh,
take,
yes.
I could do this to anything? Like this.
Yeah.
You literally just pointed at everything.
I like everything.
I don't think she pointed at the ground though. Mira pipes in. I think she
What'd she
failed to
say?
point. I don't think she pointed at the
Oh!
ground. I think she failed to point.
I
at the sea.
forgot. I point.
Takes a picture of her feet.
Nah.
Yeah.
Curiosity, is there a limitation
Wow.
to how many
Yeah,
she can
dude.
take?
Does it run out ever?
I You might need to get some of like the paper for it to show up on, but
Okay.
But I mean, it should. If it breaks, I can try to fix it for you. And I mean, I built it, so I know how it works.
Wow.
Oh, sorry, I'm thinking. Tactically speaking, that would actually be very helpful.
Tactically.
I wasn't thinking about it tactically at all. I was thinking about it being a fun little thing for her to
A
have.
very fun
That's
thing.
just me. That's my brain.
No, I mean,
working, sorry.
I'm kind of with you, and I wasn't going tactically, but just a pitch. So what if you take all these pictures, right, that like no one else can get to, and then in our store we sell them on the paper that people can write things on, and send in the post office. So like post pics.
Wait, but then I wouldn't get to
Cizri-
keep them.
Cizri, this is for you. You do what you want with it. Don't listen to
Oh
those
yeah,
two.
no, I'm just
Don't listen to me.
throwing
I'm
out.
just-
I'm just spitballing. Like,
I'm just saying
outside of her fun. That's all.
I'm just saying, in a mission, it would be very useful to take pictures ahead of time and then talk a plan out later. But that's just me.
Maybe. I guess it depends on how many pictures I want to take of other things.
Of course.
Yes. And how much paper is there. I want to put it all.
Picture of yourself.
What that? Oh, well, no, I don't think so. I just like look at that. And I'm holding it, right? You handed it to me.
Mm-hmm.
Just like click to the sea. That's amazing.
It develops.
I hope it turns out okay.
Pure darkness.
It's just black.
Since you
Oh, yeah,
pointed
it
out
is
to the
nighttime,
sea.
so
What?
you need a light source probably by it. It doesn't.
Oh.
I don't think it sees how you see.
That's a
That
good
might be
point,
something
actually.
cool. You can if there's like a quick flash of light when you take the picture. That might be something cool to add onto it later.
Hmm.
I mean,
Yeah.
it might do a close up, but like that's really far.
Okay. I could do like a skyward strike right as I want to take a picture at night.
I mean, I was actually just gonna
Sure. Just
when
don't hit
bar lights.
the
It's a
pixel
little
box.
less. but-
Oh, that's true. I would never want to get okay. Attic, this is the best thing in the world.
Really cool.
I
And then we spend the next hour just talking logistics of a photo.
I'm so excited. Now I can remember everywhere we've been.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, you should put it in like a notebook or something.
Yes.
Mm.
That's a really good idea. And I can show everyone.
Yeah.
I like that.
Okay. I love it. I love it.
Attic, you outdid yourself.
Yes.
Really cool.
It is quite impressive.
I mean,
I do like it.
give someone memories. Must really like.
Yeah. Remembering everything. If not for tactical reasons, if there's somewhere that you're looking at and you're like, this is the neatest thing, I would like to remember this forever, please, then let me know.
Like a doper's pick.
Yes.
Exactly.
Right. Well, it was fun. It's a great invention, Attic, but I think we have some serious business to get into.
Well, hold on a second. First, Attic, how are you doing? Are you feeling a little better? Let's focus really fast.
Okay. I've had a lot of time to think, and I mean, I've always wanted to fight against evil stuff. So if that's something that is trying to forcibly make me evil, I'm gonna keep fighting it.
We go?
So, to the best of my ability.
Exactly.
Perfect.
I think it's pretty clear. We all think you're capable of doing it. Full confidence in you.
Well, thanks.
Because you're really smart and you're really cute and you're really just amazing. So you'll do it.
What does cute have to do with fighting against
It just
evil?
adds to it, you know?
Oh,
Just boost up the confidence, you know? Just on
You
all
know-
levels.
I've actually heard you talking about many villains are bad boy cute. well. So I mean,
What?
careful with that.
What are you talking about?
Oh, when you're talking about other guys, like they act mean. They're like the bad boy cute.
Oh, the bad boys? Yeah, I got
Yeah.
over that like 10 years ago.
For sure, but just saying. Careful. I think you're dashing and handsome, not like a bad boy. So.
Thanks. I mean,
You're
There we go.
Oh,
I
I'm
think you look
confused.
great
It's settled.
too, and I think Aaron, your feathers are amazing.
Evan,
as
get
well.
over here. Your feathers have never
okay.
looked better.
Thank you.
Mira, I think you look amazing as well. Linebeck, you
We're
look
all
great
just
too.
great looking. I mean, that alone is perfect. That means we're gonna
Linebeck, you got
And
a
it's
great
good thing we are,
smile.
or else we wouldn't get along because we couldn't connect, obviously.
So,
So,
Mhm.
one great bunch of good-looking people we got
That's
here,
right.
let's put our hands in on that. Come on, everybody. Good-looking
Let's
people
do
at
it.
three.
Linebeck is up at the helm, just shaking his head like, nah. Mira is tentatively putting her hand in, like, I guess?
1, 2, 3. Good-looking people.
Good looking people.
Oh, sweet Jabba Gerudo. Okay.
So do you
You
feel
hired us.
confident now, Attic, or do you feel confident?
I'm ready.
Okay, good.
So what are we doing?
So Mira goes, well, we are supposed to go in and see if the sapphire is still in there. I'm not sure necessarily where it would be located exactly. She lays out the map, and it's laid out in specific 3 parts. There's the clear first level that is more or less a area that's pretty barren with a tower in the center, by the best of her recollection. She goes, here is the main first level. This is where a lot of the people that would be considered refugees would come, live and reside. It is decently guarded. The tower especially, I don't remember how many are up there. There are guards up there. The second level is more of an area where crews that come in can reside. Lydia's quarters are up here as well. She points to almost like the most western side wall, and she points up specifically out to the ships. Actually, her quarters should be right about up there. And if you look, you do see one area that looks to be almost double doors that are almost like a lattice type shape leading out to a balcony of sorts. And then down here, this third one, I didn't get too much of a look of it, as it's a mixture of their dungeon for crewmates that have disobeyed, but have not to the effect of needing to be marooned. As well as potentially loot area, I don't know. This is also where they keep a lot of storage. It's most likely also heavily guarded. So that is what I know. I don't know the exact layouts of the basement though.
Okay. How do you guys want to do this?
Well, I mean, they know we're docked here, so either we pretend be allies or refugees or mercenaries, and at least get in the front door. Maybe we could find an opportunity to sneak into places where we shouldn't be, or one way to do it.
Mira, I apologize. There was a lot of information.
Yes.
I maybe took in about half of it. Where did you say that you think the sapphire is?
I don't know. That's the thing. It could be anywhere.
Okay.
It could be potentially in the basement. It might be with Lydia. It might be anywhere.
Okay.
So, and her quarters are up there. We could, if we wanted to break in, we could get up there. I do know there's another doorway that leads out to the back here that we could potentially use as well, if we wanted to sneak in.
I mean, I think sneaking in might go over a little better. I guess it depends. Because if there was mercenaries, refugees, and stuff, how believable is it that 2 Tweely are there? That's my only thing.
I don't know. The Tweely are not that common outside of really the Gerudo Desert or Kalashia. So...
Yeah.
I mean, there was a merchant captain that we just stumbled upon.
That is true.
Yeah. Well, also... Oh, go ahead.
I have a question
Yeah.
about Gerudo. Do I know if they have dark vision?
Go ahead and make for me a history check real quick. No, I'm sorry, nature.
Nature?
Yeah, because this is technically knowing the characteristics of a specific ancestry.
Okay. I mean, I got 13, but I don't know if helping with my mother at all.
Yeah, no,
be...
I was taking that into account. You know that they do not have dark vision.
Okay.
They have other aspects, but basically they have trouble seeing the dark, and you do notice that there do appear to be spotlights or things that would operate like spotlights going into the center of the fort, basically.
Okay. So if we go quiet, they shouldn't be able to see without the assistance of light. And I do have a bit of ability that can help those who are close to me be a little more sneaky.
Like what?
Like, just kind of an aura that I can emit from myself that sort of dampens your footsteps and makes you look more dark and shadowy and able to hide better. So it's harder for people to see you.
We might be able to pass without them maybe tracing our steps or something.
You got it.
That's smart. That's quite useful.
Yeah, because that was the one thing, is if we pretend to be someone, it is taking into account that, no offense, Attic, but you can't lie very well. So he might give us away.
I mean, Aaron,
sneaking in might be better.
Isn't that your job, is to lie? No offense, but...
I'm taken. And yes it is.
It's options.
So if I mean, I guess if Attic, you just stayed near the back, we did want to go in the refugee route or whatever. But I kind of like just sneaking in and not drawing any attention to ourselves at all.
But if we do get caught, maybe a quick story.
Oh,
Attic,
so
you could
sad.
be hired help, or we found you all on our travels.
I mean, the other thing too is, what if Aaron just flies up to that balcony right now and knocks on that door and sees if Lydia answers?
I mean, Aaron does like to fly off by himself a lot, so now it's like we just give you permission.
To be fair, at least I waited this time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's some improvement here. I'm impressed with everybody here.
It's a good looking group.
We are trying to contact Lydia. Very good looking group. Trying to find Lydia and contact her, but not contact the pirate person in charge. Right?
Lydia is the pirate queen.
So why are we trying to just contact her?
Did you not? Okay. So she helped Mira.
Yeah, she helped Mira out.
All right. I somehow missed that.
Yeah, she's trying to save face, so it's not something we like spread around.
Well, so if we are able to go up there and say we're with Mira, maybe she would be able to help us? Is she willing to part with the Sapphire? Why didn't she just bring it to you?
Did she take it from you, or did she not have it?
She did not have it with me, with her at the time. She more just got me out, to most likely Solana didn't realize who she had kidnapped. And she was trying to make sure that I could get out of there to, well, she was trying to protect her people, more or less. So it was more of a, even if she did have it, I think it was more of just a quick thing. Just get out of here as quickly as possible.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Well, if that's the case, then I could fly up there and ask, I guess.
If we reveal ourselves right away, just know if she's not happy with us, the entire place knows where we are.
Knows where he is.
Also fair.
Yeah, would we want to go together, though, in case he does run into trouble?
Fly off.
Maybe.
And then we'd have a distraction. All the guards would come to here while we search other places.
I would be faster on my own also.
You circle back around, meet us on the other side.
Yeah, whatever. If you guys want to do that, do it.
Maybe
don't want to sit around waiting.
I'm not saying like he needs to like go through and search everything. Just see if she has helpful information for us, and then we can maybe use that to our advantage.
Best case, she just has it.
Or she doesn't want to give it to you. You tell her that we want it, and then she tells everybody that we want it, and then we never get it.
True. That's what I mean. I'm kind of wondering if we should just all go together.
We could.
Plus, I don't like sitting around waiting, you know? Like, I want to be doing something. But that's just me. I can wait if you guys want me to.
I'm fine with the plan, to be honest.
What do you think, Mr. Operation Stealth?
Well, if it were up to me, I would be up there already. And if I were to get caught, it would be a sufficient distraction for you three to sneak in.
I guess the question is, how open do you want to be about the Sapphire?
It depends. I don't think she would have any animosity. Maybe.
What else would he say? Hi. Do you have nice gems here?
Well, I mean, the Gerudo, they're going to have. They sell rubies and emeralds and things like that. So, in a literal sense, yes, they do.
Right, but if you keep your intentions for the Sapphire secret, how are we going to get any good information from Lydia?
Could mention my name.
I was planning on it if she already helped you as is. No one else's name has to be mentioned, just hers.
You could have code names.
I mean, as we learned from like the whole city guard thing, I'm not good at this, so I'm gonna let him decide how we're gonna handle this.
City guard, what are you talking about?
When we had to do that questioning thing, and then they're like, I'm gonna go walk over here, and I'm like, okay, I'll wait here for you, and then they're just like, no, that means
that was just confusing. Like, that was not clear whatsoever. I mean, but it sounds like we have to be pretty blunt for this, don't we? Hello, Lydia, secret, nice person, pirate. We want the Sapphire, please. Right? I mean, there's nothing.
You saved Mira. It was very important.
Yeah. So.
Mira wants her Sapphire back.
Yes. It's just limiting the information that is given. Not so much. We're not trying to spill everything, just what we need to. Just what we need, and we can leave.
You're the expert, right? So.
Should we use code names then? Make sure no one knows our.
You really want to use code names, don't you?
Yeah, I really do. I think it'd be fun.
Did you come up with them already?
I did actually.
All right, go ahead.
You know what?
All right, well, fantastic.
Let's hear it.
I'll go by Merlin. I like to do little fancy magical things. You like to fly, so let's go Maverick. Attic, you're like really good under pressure, so like Iceman or something. And this is maybe Goose.
Absolutely not.
Think
again.
Names. I think they're wonderful names.
Goose.
You can come up with your own name. Goose is. I had a best friend that he was very tight with me when we were growing up, and I said, you know what? You're a silly goose all the time, so we were closest friends.
What's your imaginary friend?
Oh, there's a lot there to unpack.
I'm not going to make this awkward and unpack any things about us growing up. I'm just going to let that go because I'm excited for this tactical operation. How about you, Maverick?
I both hate and love this.
I'll sit on the name.
Worst.
I'll sit on the name. I was just planning on not mentioning any other names.
Codenames are function.
But we'll see. If she asks for her name, I might use that one.
Come up with a better name for me, and I will use it. I feel like you did Goose on purpose to offend me.
Goose is like everyone's favorite.
Who's everyone?
Okay. I didn't want to say this. I wrote a little story of my own. All right, it's a personal fiction that I wrote in the downtimes at the store. Goose is Maverick's best friend. Very important to me. Top Twilight, all right.
There it is.
Why do you think I'm always trying to fly with Aaron? I just want to be up in the wind. Desire of mine one day. Look, anyways, let's move on. Let's get this done.
I'll be back. And he just goes.
We're done here.
The need for speed. He just watches Aaron fly off.
You've been watching way too much Top Gun, dude.
You really have been watching way too
It
much.
was so good. I watched it yesterday. I'm so excited for the sequel.
Yo, you and me both. Talk to me, Goose.
Oh my gosh. All right. So, Aaron, as you're flying through the night sky, the chill of the night air is hitting your feathers and just rippling through, almost with the salt of the sting of the salt of the sea going up as waves slap a part of the boats and ports down below. You go and fly up. Go ahead and make for me a stealth check.
That will be a 27.
Dang. So, you do make some slight noise, but it's mainly on takeoff, as you're able to control, part of being the Shadowclaw training is learning how to control your flight feathers ever so slightly as to limit the noise. Not make it silent entirely, but do so in a way of where you are able to limit a lot of the noise, and you manage to silently land onto this, this deck, essentially. And a warm light comes from inside. There's almost scent of cinnamon incense coming from within. There's the sounds of a teapot on the kettle on being heated up. There's not much really you could tell from here, except for looking through a little bit of the latticed style doorway. See a table that is ornate with bits of fruit at the center in a bowl. What do you do?
Can I hear any voices?
Go and make a perception check.
$18.
18. You don't really hear any voices talking. You more just hear the sound of a a woman's voice, probably about middle-aged almost, humming to herself. That's about it.
Okay. He will go ahead and knock on the door.
The humming stops. You hear footsteps. Gently walk over. The door opens up, And you see standing there a Gerudo woman, bronze of skin, long, fiery red hair with tufts of almost white and graying toward her bangs. She's wearing a captain's jacket going down to about her knees with traditional red Gerudo pants and red Gerudo top, along with a cutlass at her side, wearing a circlet across her forehead. And she looks at you and goes, "Can I help you?"
Well, yes, actually, Mira sent me.
She kind of gently walks out, pushes you aside, looks around. "And Arito coming out all this way? Surely must have come on some sort of a ship."
Perhaps. I could have flown all the way here.
She puts her hands on her hips. "Unlikely, darling, but I appreciate your gumption."
Yeah, I'll keep it short. Mira's here for a very specific gem she had on her possession.
Ah. Yes, the sapphire. Unsurprising that she would want to return to see back in her possession. She's looking around. Actually, let's see. Have her make a perception check. She just looks around and goes, "I may or may not have it in my possession."
What do you mean by that?
What I mean is that, well, for all I know, you could be using the name of Mira to get something that might be absolutely precious to most Zora. And knowing the value, but also the capability of this sapphire is, well, most concerning. So, forgive my trepidation.
Understandable, and actually quite respectable, actually. But I promise you, that I am here on business for Mira, for the sapphire. Just returning it to her people.
Did you come here with friends?
Perhaps.
She points her finger out and shakes a little bit. "You play a good game." She walks inside. "I was about to make some tea. Would you care to have some?"
I think it'd be better if I focused on work here.
Huh, fair enough. She pours a little bit of the tea. Special Gerudo brew. Not sure how to deal with Rito stomachs. Meant to strengthen, heating up the gut in the cool of the desert.
Well, considering where we live, that actually might be not so good, actually.
Probably not.
But if I ever find myself in the desert, I can imagine it'd be very helpful.
It's bitter warm, followed by nice cool. Minty, if you will. She continues to sip it. Here's the deal. I do know what that sapphire is. And I know there are people out there that would want to take it for themselves. Luckily, I was able to apprehend it before certain individuals here figured out what it was, or even what Mira was. So it's currently stowed away in an area that I only know about.
Well then.
I've been rather forthcoming. I think it's only fair that you be rather forthcoming. When did you come here with friends?
I have.
She walks back out to the balcony. And where are they?
Tell me where it is first.
She walks over to her wardrobe, opens it up, pops a little bit of the back panel out, and then pulls out a nice box. It's in here. Safe away where no one will be able to find it.
Can I roll insight real quick?
You certainly can.
That will be a 18.
18. She seems to be rather forthcoming, especially with this almost game of exchanging information.
All right then. And he'll go back out and he'll point out the ship.
You see Lydia on the balcony give you all a wave and gives a slight almost motion to come on up.
I think Maverick did really well.
Is there easy access to that? Or
She looks and she just then lowers down a rope.
okay. Guess we have an invitation.
All right, good thing, because I was getting a little antsy. So, are we ready?
Mira looks as... I think I best stay here unless stated otherwise.
If you think that's best.
You
You
seem
scared to go back?
rather nervous. I would rather not run into Solana again.
All right.
Okay.
How about, if you get into trouble, is there any way you can contact us? Probably not, huh? Scream really loud.
Lineback says, I have a gun. I can just fire that into the air.
Perfect. All right.
Okay.
Sounds good. We'll be back with your stone in no time.
I can only help.
All right.
One
All
can
right.
only hope.
Ava, how are you gonna feel like you can climb this? Okay.
Yes, of course. Why not?
You wanna go first?
No, of course not. That's not how I'm getting up there.
Oh, how are you getting up?
Duch, would you like to go first?
No, I'd like to catch anybody who falls.
I'll go. I wanted to go first anyway. There you go.
As she starts climbing, I melt a shadow.
There's technically no shadows because it's nighttime.
It's all shadow.
It's your face.
There's no like torch or anything anywhere nearby.
There's torches 20 feet up, but that's not enough to cast light 20 feet down.
Alright.
Disappointment.
But
And it's not like so can I? Well, if the shadow disappears, I guess I'd be pumped out. So yeah.
yeah.
Hey man, you got this. Guidance.
Guidance.
With the vigor and inspiration of a deck, you are definitely able to make it up. Mechanically, you technically don't need to make checks to make a climb when there's rope.
Oh, well, that's
Sure.
good.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm sure.
I got -2 strength.
I know, but mechanically, you don't need to make checks when there's rope.
There's a specifically up, you'll be fine.
Yeah, basically. So
Yep, I'm just waiting to make sure it doesn't fall, but then I'll climb the blast.
and yep,
And
and
he's shaking his
just-
head, was like, professionalism.
you just do that, and then a deck, you basically do the full-on Wind Waker Link of rolling up the rope as you're climbing up, just swinging back and forth.
All arms, too,
all
no
arms.
legs.
Like, you have the strength to do it.
Dang.
Like, he has 18 strength. He can do, like...
17. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Like, still, like... 20 is max. Like, anything beyond that is, like, god level. So, yeah, you're... Yeah, you're as I said, yoked.
Dang.
Good looking group.
I think I pulled a muscle.
Now I'm just
I'm gonna
picturing...
massage
You can hear, Eric can hear the whining coming from. Just like,
Uh,
I mean, Aaron has a very serious face on right now.
Yeah. So as you all come up and basically wait for each other in a deck, you go over the side. You see Lydia standing there. She's having her hands on her hip and she's just scanning you all.
Attic has a big smile opposed to Aaron's.
Yeah, Cizri's
seriousness.
like smiling too, like, hey.
She looks
Not
at
what you
you.
expect.
Yeah, she looks at you, Adek, and her eyes narrow a bit, and then she blinks and then smiles and nods and says, "Well, come on in."
Thank you. I go in.
Please take a seat around any one of those around the table. There's about like 6 chairs on either side, and then 2 on both ends. So you could say, "Please take a seat anywhere. Can I interest you in some sort of refreshment at all?"
Sure.
Tea would be nice if you have it.
I do have a little bit. I'll need to heat up the kettle a little bit and have it steep, but it's a special Gerudo brew, if you're
Oh, that
curious.
sounds delicious.
I want to try that.
more than happy to provide.
Kind of like when Avon's walking and he's just looking around the room. Is there anything dangerous to us, a threat to us?
Make a perception check.
Is the box still there where she put it?
Yes.
And I don't know if
It's like,
the
would it be
18
able to, like-
investigation scanning the room does anything too.
Go and make an investigation check. You can tell that she is still having a very watchful eye over that box. Aaron, with your
Fair.
passive perception.
Got a
I guess
9.
I'll just be straight. It was like, would it be okay if I opened it just to confirm?
Not yet.
Do you want me to take a rolled one or a passive investigation?
Rolled, since you're actively
Okay.
looking.
Then rolled, it would be 22.
Okay. Avon?
Oh, 9.
9. Okay. There doesn't appear to be anything dangerous. What you do notice is that in the center, there's this, obviously, as I said, ornate table. On the left side, there's the wardrobe and dressers. Then on the left side of where you are would more or less be a curtain, is where you assume is where she more or less sleeps.
And in that case, would it be possible to just hang by the door just to listen out?
Yes, and there's the other side of the door that's a little more solid oak. Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
That's not my D20. 22.
You do hear that there appears to be some slight chatter, mainly from the first floor. There's also apparently some slight shadow in a language that you do not understand from 2 guards that are out front.
Good to know.
So, I'm sorry, my apologies, I didn't get your name. What are all your names, actually?
This is Lydia, right?
Yes.
Okay, I know I'm saying that to Aaron,
Oh.
like, we got the right person.
We have the description of Lydia too. We would recognize her.
Oh, true.
Description and picture.
Yes.
And picture.
I'm Cizri.
Says-
Merlin.
Make a deception check.
17.
I'm curious, Merlin.
Yes? You curious what?
I say, curious name. Haven't come across a name like that. But I guess I'm just not
I mean-
familiar with Twilight customs.
Oh no, it's a code name. Just because,
In the
Trying to.
background, you just see Aaron just like, what?
I'm
Well, I mean, I don't know who you are. I mean, we're on someone else's behalf. That's all that matters, right?
silent. It's done. She just smiles. There's a warm, almost motherly like smile across her face as she starts to pour a little bit of the tea out into the water into some teacups. Goes, sweetie, I think the point of a code name is for you not to say it's a code name.
Not necessarily. It's otherwise just to cover my real identity. If I want to present to you, Merlin, you can identify me as Merlin. Is that not sufficient for you?
I don't think that's a code name. She
Never
like,
said it's a secret code name.
you like you realize that as she's trying to pour the water, she kind of just stops and her brain just refuses to compute the lack of logic that existed there. Kind of,
There's
sort
plenty
of.
logic there.
It kind of, sort of. I guess. She's trying to compute.
It's a public name to protect a secret, a private information.
Fair enough. She doesn't comprehend it. Let's just say that.
That's fine.
And she's gonna look and say, "Well,
I assumed Lydia wasn't your real name, but that's fine.
well, no, Lydia's my real name.
Oh,
But if you
glad
want,
you have the confidence of that. That's very impressive.
but if you want me to call you Merlin, I'll call you Merlin. You two?
Oh, I already said. Cizri is my real name. So.
Oh, great, thank you.
Addict's watching what Aaron's gonna do here.
Honestly, he's just more disappointed at Avon's performance.
He never said it was a secret code name. It's a call sign.
You can just.
I have it on my helmet.
You know that.
I wrote it on the sunglasses. This is Merlin down the side.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Well, if you two do not wish to give me your names, then that is fine for right now.
Oh, I'm just following his lead. If he's not gonna say anything, I'll say something. I'm just waiting to see if he says something first before I say something.
Go ahead.
All right, my name. You can call me Attic, but you could also use the code name that I'm gonna steal because you can call me Goose.
I think I'll call you Attic.
Oh, that works too.
You like goose?
Goose is.
I mean, it could have a ring to it.
It could.
There's like a giant star that forms
Yes.
on his page.
I don't know.
What was
Maybe.
yours?
What?
Originally? What was yours originally?
I don't remember.
Oh, okay.
Iceman.
Iceman.
Those are cool.
I don't use any ice though.
Lydia's like, what?
Yeah.
My name's Avon. It's nice to meet you.
Okay. And do you have a code name as well, or would you just not prefer to give me your name? That is fine either way.
I would prefer not to give my name.
That is completely understandable. She passes out the cups to you all, saying, "So I understand that you all are here on behalf of one Mira in pursuit of a sapphire." And as she places the cup next to you, Adek, she speaks in Gerudo to you. She says, "Do they know?"
I'll just nod and take the tea.
She gives a slight nod, then heads over to the other side of the table, sits down and starts sipping her tea as well and looks in. Is this the case that you all are here on behalf of one Mira for this sapphire?
Yeah, she drew this picture of you even just so we made sure we found the right person.
She takes a look at it, examines it. Didn't get the jawline ever so slightly, but even from memory, this is rather exceptional from memory.
Oh yeah, she's a great artist.
I mean, you look. We definitely know it's you. She was.
Oh, by no means. By no means am I saying it's bad. I apologize if that came off a bit harsh. More just impressive. Regardless, I trust then you all understand what this sapphire is.
Yeah.
And it is for that reason that it must remain here.
Instead of going back to the Zora where it should be?
People know that it is at Zora's domain. They do not expect it to be at the Gerudo Pirate Fort. And I am the only one that is aware that it is here. There are dozens of people that would seek after this thing. And if we could limit the location of where it is known, the less likely people are going to find it.
Can I ask a question out of character really fast?
Mhm.
I want to make sure I remembered this right, because I think it's been a few weeks. But
Yeah.
wasn't someone telling us that one of the other pirates was looking for,
One of the other
looking for a way-
pirates was shipping crystals.
That's what it was. Thank you. There's like
Nope.
a lot of different. So okay,
Yeah,
so she was shipping crystals. That's all we knew.
Yeah, that's all you knew.
Okay, and it was the same person that captured Mira, wasn't it?
As far as your knowledge is concerned, yes.
Okay. So my question is, how much do you trust it to be here, though?
Not much, but as long as it remains unknown. The pirates here are clever and cunning in many ways. And in time, they would, if it was down in the treasure room, they would have figured out soon enough what it was. But luckily I was able to identify it and get Her Highness out of here. So no
And
one...
yet, Her Highness is willing to risk returning just to retrieve it. You don't think her stakes of ownership to it or our people's guardianship to it doesn't factor?
Well, one, you're speaking to a pirate about stakes of ownership.
That's also fair.
True.
I'm new here, so
It is fine. I recognize your kind, your Twily.
you also don't come across as necessarily a pirate without some sort of integrity and inner code. You obviously want to protect us for a reason.
Oh, all of us pirates have that of a code. Every ship is different with it, though. The fort has its own code. All that things. But regardless... Yes. I just came here because I wanted to be free. If anything, I understand her people's claim to it. Us Gerudos' relationships with the other Guardian races has never really been on the best of even footing, even recently.
Meaning
that us Gerudo have always seemed to be on the wrong side of history. At least according to Hylians.
okay.
But regardless, We're not what the gods would deem a guardian race. Not given special abilities or something to watch over. I understand her people's claim to it. But the fact of the matter remains, because of that, people know where it is. And by keeping it here is a better job of keeping it safe.
Only
How,
as-
like, can I insight her? On, like, how convinced is she that this is the right thing? Do you know what I mean? Like, how
Yeah.
convinced is she that this is a wise move or, like, her best option type of thing?
And Aaron's also keeping his ear to the door.
Perfect. Insight and perception.
I got a dirty 20.
Okay, dirty one.
Check again. 25.
25. Again, there's a lot of general chatter happening about with the guards. Cizri, insight, you gather that she is convinced that this is the best course of action currently.
Mm.
And yet you're staking its safety on animosity, not strength of protection. Necessarily, with, I am just assuming, you being one person to protect it. Many?
I have the anonymity, yes. But I also have the strength of the 7 heroines on my side.
What? Is
But
that a light realm thing?
It's a Gerudo thing more than anything.
Ooh, tell me.
Well, long ago, the Gerudo ceased to recognize Hyleia and embraced the 7 heroines as their primary deity. There's a shrine dedicated out to them and actually near the Arbiter grounds, if I recall correctly.
I mean, are they just people that lived?
Not much
Or
is known
whatever.
about them, but they guide us, give us strength, showed us the ways of being warriors rather than that of thieves. She looks around, ironically.
Very ironic. I like it. Okay, so here's my thing. How much do you trust, like, anybody here, though?
I trust a handful.
A handful.
I mean, they're pirates. They'll probably take the chance to backstab anyone that they get the chance, if it meant getting into power.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Heard rumors of some of your people shipping out some things that have been dangerous out around in different areas that we've been. Kind of makes me worried to have this thing here.
Shipping out what exactly?
What were they, boys? They were like crystal things. They... Oh, can you guys explain the technical part of it? I'm always really bad at
you're
piecing
doing
things.
wonderful so far.
I don't know. Okay, so... Attic, help me.
The divine crystals?
Yes. Some of this is light realm stuff. I don't quite get the how it connects. I just know it's not great.
It's no problem of mine. That being said, regarding these divine crystals, if my people are doing it, then it was not under my orders or guidance.
That's concerning as the pirate queen.
It's more of a ceremonial title. Something given to someone to watch over the fort, give some direct orders, and also, if necessary, declare war. The queen's the only one that's has the power to declare war, if the need arises. But by and large, it's not surprising to hear that some of the captains are doing something from underneath my nose to get a little extra coin.
Potentially, and these crystals have been linked to trying to get the winds of what his name is, Vati? Yeah, trying to get Vati to come back. So, it seems a little too close to the situation to feel that safe. Do you know what I'm saying?
I'm unfamiliar with his name, Vati.
Oh. Well, he tried to kill us. Some ancient guy. I shouldn't be explaining this. You all are so quiet, and I don't actually understand, like, the breakdown. Help me.
Regardless of details, it's
No,
important to
we
be...
need details, right?
Think somebody who wants the Triforce for power to rule themselves.
Thank you.
That's what they want.
However, if we're to follow logic, they are not targeting Queen, and yet they're targeting us. More in danger in our hands than not.
Well, we're not taking it.
We would be if we're delivering it to the Zora.
But the Zora know you would have it. And that could be a problem.
Especially if there are people here you wish to protect.
Or people who are operating under your nose. That's what I'm... Yeah.
Well, the people operating on my nose, I think I have an idea of who it might be. But regardless, you bring up excellent points, and she kind of stands up from her table. Tell you what, I'll make an agreement. I'll make an arrangement. You give me the night to ponder these truthfully excellent claims and discussions. And I'll let you know my decision in the morning. For the meantime, you are permitted to stay amongst our ranks, but just for the night.
Oh, like we could walk around. It's not even has to be a
You'll be
secretive thing.
You'll be permitted to walk around. You'll be permitted to stay in the night. Rest. I'll make sure that Mira will be around if she's here, unaccosted, and anyone else that you may have traveled with.
It's
Fine.
meant to be better to keep her secret, just in case the other captains are not in good odds with Zora and her.
That is certainly fair. And in the coming morning, I'll let you know my decision. There's a lot of options and decisions to weigh in this moment. I trust you understand that.
Would you mind if I sweeten the pot? And Avum says that as he goes to sip his tea. In case that makes any difference.
I'll let you hear your offer, but in exchange, but my offer will most likely remain unchanged.
I think you would enjoy the addendum to it. Regardless, in my opinion, whether you go into an agreement with us or not in regards to the stone, especially if you are going to keep it, you need to heighten your security here. If you do find ties that you have captains that are related to a Master of Winds or Vati, or undermining these crystals which are harming people, potentially to assist in our agreement, we could help you rid your fort of those people here. It's something to ponder as well.
It is indeed. Because if I was to do that, and it was to be under my name, and it was to be found out that I'm the one that indeed gave this charge, it would not be surprising to see that I would be elected out of this position.
Even if you were to do it as calling them threats against the fort.
It could work, but also there are many things that I have to ponder. I'm only in this position because I want to do what's best for my people. I understand that. But at the same time, I need to do everything I can to make sure I'm in this position still. And if I
We
was
don't
to-
have any stakes in that. We're not trying to go out of our way to attack them. I just wanted to offer that.
And while it is an appreciative offer, if I was to do something along those lines, it would be seen as though trying to kill any rivals to this. And speaking of rivals,
Would be needed.
a deck has informed me that you all know of at least part of his heritage.
Alex, look at it. Look at Attic. What?
Missed that happening.
What since when are you subtle, Attic?
They weren't speaking
God.
common.
Oh, wow. Gotta teach me.
What does this matter?
Well, first off, Adek, how is Marul?
Last I saw, she was doing really well.
The odds of her son coming to my doors truly remarkable.
How do you know her?
Your mom? Awesome.
We were friends in Gerudo Town as young Vi.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you.
I'd always be able to recognize her face, even if it was on somebody else. But the reason why I bring this up, and the reason why, especially here, no one can know of his heritage. I trust you already know one aspect, but there's also another. Because he is male Gerudo born, he now has a birthright.
What?
He can claim the throne of the Gerudo chief, per Gerudo tradition.
Did you know you could do that?
I heard about it a little bit.
Okay.
Can I insight her? Is there any malcontent, or is this just trying to look out for him?
Make an insight check, yeah.
15?
She seems like this is take care of him. Goes,
Cool.
anyone here that would find out of his heritage would no doubt do everything they can to get him onto that throne. And as a result,
Really?
because
Why?
then they would he would owe them a debt, which means they can pretty much say for him to do whatever they want, because the debt of getting someone onto the throne would be insurmountable.
Well, if he doesn't want it, though, then doesn't that cancel out?
Possibly. But all I'm saying is be careful.
Okay, Attic. We are definitely saying you dyed your hair. I dyed your hair yesterday, remember?
Oh,
Remember?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
There we go.
yeah.
When did you
Just
do
said-
that?
I
I'm
picked up
joking,
on this
I'm
time.
joking.
I was about to say, but you gotta keep up here.
Very good deception, though, wasn't it?
Yes, it was very good.
Yes, well. That is great to see. It's good to see that you managed to make such strong connections, Adek. I don't know what to say other than I'm overjoyed to see that Marul has indeed at least lived a happy life, though I can't imagine it's gone without some amount of pain.
Attic has already proven himself quite the inventor and leader, friend.
And I can see behind those eyes is the warrior spirit of the Gerudo.
If he so desires.
Oh, it's in his blood. He can't deny that.
You can make really cool things too.
If you have time, I'd love to learn some tricks from a Gerudo warrior.
I could certainly make some time.
Especially one that was friends with my mom, so.
She looks nice. She just kind of almost puts her both elbows on the table, folds her arms, and then just puts her mouth onto those hands, and just looks and ponders for a split second as her eyes just examine the table. She then comes back and says, "If you do see her, tell her tell her Lydia greets her." Well, as stated, you all are free to stay the night. I'll let you know my decision in the morning, and we can go ahead and go from there.
I think that's fine. You guys, you we good with that?
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Excellent.
Much better than I thought it was going to go.
So our covers were friends of yours, guests.
You'll be guests of mine.
All right, how do we know you? Let's come up with a story. How do we know you?
You tell me, how do you know me?
Okay. What was it? We saved your life in a shipwreck. Too much?
Potentially too
You saved
much.
our lives in a shipwreck.
You saved our lives. It makes you sound very heroic.
I don't dislike it. What about you? Apologies, Rito. You didn't give me your name.
You can call him Maverick if he doesn't give you a
Maverick.
name.
Fair enough. Maverick. What about you?
Well, to be fair, I was kind of hoping this would be done tonight, but if we have to stay, friends from an old crew, maybe?
Certainly plausible.
Oh, that could work too.
It's neutral ground. No one has to ask too many questions.
Friends from an old crew, and you rescued me from a shipwreck.
Oh, we do get to rescue you?
For as noble as I may be, she kind of points to her hair, I am getting up in age, so it is not without reason that I may have needed assistance at least one point in my life, though just one. And let no one else tell you otherwise.
Great!
Specifically Marul, don't ever let her tell you otherwise. I did not need saving more than once.
Okay, I'm in it. That's fine with me.
Very well. Well, with that, and at that moment, the door the door swings open, as Aaron, you would have heard rapid footsteps, and the door swings open, and in comes walking in is another Gerudo, almost deeper skin color than that of Lydia, wearing a red coat and almost a sash underneath, purple in color, red hair, short hair, golden eyes, and she goes, my queen, there are more people here than I was expecting.
Hi!
Lydia
Apologies, we were just leaving. We were just catching up with an old friend.
Ah, Solana, it's okay. As said, they're just friends. And at that moment, a figure dressed in almost just a completely purple robe with a purple hood just thrown up, tufts of red hair coming out, with elements of gold part of the lining, walks behind him. Appears to be male. As he looks up, he has violet eyes. He says, "Apologies, my lady. I was trying to stop Solana from barging in here, but she said it couldn't wait, but alas, here we are." Asta, it's fine. Solana, what is it? I was just going to say that we spotted a strange boat off the side, but apparently I don't know if these individuals came out that boat, but I'm guessing it's fine. It's fine, Solana. Go. Get some rest. Very well. She just looks over and she just eyes you all and then leaves. The purple hooded figure bows his head and then leaves, and as Lydia bids farewell, says, "Thank you, Asta." Apologies about that.
Lana.
Solana.
That was the one we heard about the crystals, or just saying.
That is not the least bit surprising, to be honest.
I keep an eye on her.
Oh, I have been.
That doesn't surprise me either. You seem on top of things, Lydia.
I didn't get this position to be for nothing.
True.
Perfect. Well, you go on ahead. Seek some rest for the night, and I'll let you all know in the morning. If you all wish to speak with me, just come on, head on up. The guards will knock on the door.
All right. So I get up.
So, do you have time for that training?
Did you wish for it to be private?
He doesn't like to show off things until he's mastered that.
True.
I respect that. Certainly. She goes and just pulls out her cutlass. Shing! I could certainly give some training.
That'd be great.
Excellent.
Yeah, Attic, you're good here, or do you want us to stay? Just you?
I think I'll be okay.
Okay, sounds good. I'm gonna go take some pictures.
I'm gonna make sure she doesn't get into any trouble.
That's a great idea. Have fun. Tea was delicious, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, the tea tasted, had a lot of flowery notes. It did slightly burn just a little bit with a slight spice,
Yeah.
but it then evened out toward the end.
Delicious. Nice.
Perfect. So we'll go ahead and take care of a deck real quick, and then we'll hop over to everybody else. So, all right, and she's just kind of sharpening her blade just a little bit, because... So, what did you specifically wish to learn, or was that just a ruse to get your friends out of the room?
Maybe a little bit of both.
I respect it.
Well, one, the speed that I've seen some Gerudo warriors move at is impressive. Maybe you can help me with my form a little bit and show me some tips there. And also maybe we could talk about your history with my mom.
Muru and I go way back. Met as young Vi through the streets of Gerudo Town. At that age, she was oftentimes fantasizing and waxing poetically about some foe coming to save her and gleaming armor and that kind of thing. She and I would get into the most kind of trouble, you know that?
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Get into places that we shouldn't. She tried to do some sand seal racing. I was better at it than her. She could never seal the balance, if you will. She kind of just sits down just a little bit with the sword in hand while still slowly sharpening the blade. Your mother was an incredible woman. Fierce as the sands, but like the sands, was able to move with every shift of the winds. Kind-hearted. I unfortunately never got to meet your father. I left Gerudo Town before that happened. Knowing now that she gave birth to a male Gerudo and everything that brings along with it, I wish I could have been there to help. Not saying that she's not proud of you. Please don't misconstrue my words. I'm sure you understand the hardship that would be. No doubt for yourself, too.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm used to saying I'm Sheikah.
So she did marry a Sheikah.
Did.
She never gave up on her dream, I guess.
Do you stay in contact with her, though, or has that relationship fallen apart?
I would love to stay in contact with her if I had any chance to. So unfortunately, it fell apart. I left Gerudo Town 20 years ago or so and just joined life at the sea. I just grew tired of all those traditions and adherence to rules. I just wanted to be free.
I see.
It's not... I didn't leave the Gerudo or your mother out of any malice.
I think I understand wanting to take your own path.
No doubt there's probably pain in your and everything that you've gone through.
You know the weight that I carry every day with who I am. And how I want my own path.
She stands up and kind of places her hand on your shoulder and goes, "And you have walked it well. I don't need to have known you long to know that I can see it in your eyes. The strength of the Gerudo warrior reveals itself in more than one way. Strength of will, no doubt She points to your heart, like the heart of your chest pieces. No doubt there's someone in there that is so fearsome that would even strike fear into the heart of the mighty Molduga.
All to protect those I care about.
And if that's the motivation you need to resist that which lies within, then do it. You
Yeah.
and I, we're more than our destinies.
Forge your own path to help this world.
She looks up. Be like the ocean. When a path makes your way, you create a new one. Now, let's increase your speed just a little bit. You seem rather more bulky in strength. So what we'll use there is not really dexterous. So we'll use a little bit of your more, I guess they would be called fast twitch. We'll get that worked up. Now, draw your blade if you so choose, Sheikah.
Bring out my shield and my katana, pull it out.
And she begins to teach you how to increase your speed in combat.
Awesome.
And as we jump cut to the three of you walking down the stairs, you reach to the first level of the Gerudo Fort, and it is generally just a center tower. A tower's in the center of this area with a bunch of tents surrounding it with crates. There are Gerudos with various, sometimes dual scimitars, cutlass, as well as even glaives walking around the bottom floor. As far as individuals that you see that there are people huddled around little fires in front of tents, a cavalcade of Kokiri, Deku scrubs, as well as even that of Hylians, humans, and even Arito.
Everyone's just kind of, you're saying they're staying at like the base of the tower, like at the bottom part?
Yeah,
of it,
so
or?
the tents are surrounding the tower. People are more or less
surrounding the tower.
yeah.
Okay.
People are more or less hanging out the front of their tents, cooking and eating.
Okay. Like,
Also,
should I keep track of how many papers I have? Slash, is it hard to get them?
You probably should keep track of how many you have.
Okay.
For right now, I'll say that it has 20.
20, okay. And how would I get a hold of more of them?
You need to go most likely to a deck would know this. Go to a larger town or city.
Mm-hmm.
So places like Castletown or even Clocktown would definitely have more papers.
Okay, that's good. I want to take more, but I think that this is good for now. Anyway.
quite impressive that you're holding back. It's quite impressive.
I hold back sometimes.
You need variety of images.
Exactly. What if I find something that's amazing and I already used it all? No way.
Like call signs. Call signs are amazing, even though not everyone wants to use them, but that's fine.
Are you still okay? All right. Just like it has to sound
That was really
impressive. That's the
fun.
only reason.
Well, then come up with something better.
I don't like coming up with names.
That does remind me there is a reason they're called code names.
Yeah, I meant to say call signs, more or less.
You're not
But I mean,
supposed
even
to tell.
code names don't have to be secretive.
That's the whole point.
Identity is the point that's secret.
But now you've piqued their interest. Now they're going to try and look into it.
Oh, do you not trust Lydia?
I don't trust anyone here.
Oh, all right. Well, let's just have fun while we're here then, while we're on guard at the same time.
Yeah, let's be pirates. It looks fun. Is there anything fun here?
Go and make a perception check.
Me too.
Not even looking. That's on them.
Fair enough.
14.
14.
Yeah.
Hey. 6. Wow. I think, is that the first time Cizri has gotten a higher perception than Avum?
Probably.
Wow.
In 15 sessions, we've finally done it. So perfect. As you're looking around, Avum, you are just more fascinated by everything you're seeing here. Cizri, you're looking around and you see that there are some like general shops for like goods. There's one that appears to be just selling that of complete gems. And there's one that appears to be a almost like weapons type depot where you can buy various goods, including also interesting looking arrows that have a yellow tip. And then something that looks like that would be similar to what Linebeck is wielding, actually. A small version of one and then a much larger one, and there are a series of targets right next to it that can be used to almost test these types of weapons.
Ooh. Hey,
Just
dude.
guns with a wrench.
Do you think they'd let us make a couple practice shots? We could see who's the best
Do you
shot?
think they would? I don't know.
Let's go find out.
Yeah, let's go do it.
Avum
just follow.
actually is like the first one that starts walking over.
Avon's excited to do something.
What is going on?
Well, the threat assessment has been figured out, and it's a low risk. Apparently.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I
As you,
participated in the festival.
There.
True.
that's fair. You look over and there is a Gerudo, not dressed like the pirates that you've seen so far. It seems to be more dressed in a traditional manner with white clothing this time around. She looks and goes, what can I do for you?
We were wondering if we could try out your guns.
I mean, certainly. It'll be, for just trying it out, it'll be 10 rupees, but you can certainly try it out.
10? Okay. Should we all split it? Yeah.
It's a little pricey.
What if we got it down to 8 and we told everybody about you?
Why would you want to tell people about a pirate fort?
Oh,
I
that's
mean-
a good point.
I mean, like everyone to buy from you. Like, you should, for here. Look,
Everyone here at the fort.
I mean, you're obviously selling to them.
People
so.
already do. I'm the only shopkeeper for weapons.
Yeah. Yeah, you have the monopoly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I can't.
Have you ever thought about doing like a game where like, people pay in, but they also get a reward if they do really well, it'd enhance
Like a
your
prize.
profits. Because most people are gonna fail, of course.
I
We
mean,
could show you how something could work if you want to maybe go into a deal with something. Yeah.
what, like make it a game? Because there is already a game
Of course.
attached to it.
What? Really?
They'll explain the game.
Just so the game is that when there'll be a series of rupees that'll be, or rupees, it'll be more like targets. If you're able to hit all of them, you'll get a special reward. If you're able to hit only a few of them, you'll still get a reward. But if you hit, there'll be about 15 targets in total. Hit all 15, you get a reward. The big prize. 10, you get a small prize. 5, you get nothing.
So is this 10 for all 3 of us or 10 each?
It would be 10 each.
Could you let us know what the reward is? Because if it's like 1 rupee, then
Oh,
That's
no.
true. We
Worth it.
should know what the reward is.
Let's see. The reward in this instance would be... a bigger quiver. Instead of holding only 20 arrows, this one will be able to hold up to about 50.
Sounds fun for you. I mean, Aaron, it'd be helpful for you, huh?
Already looks at his quiver. That's just like massive arrows.
That's nice.
Actually, I was wondering if you can help me with a very specific quiver, actually. So that I can hold all my gear so I don't have to carry a backpack.
Are you speaking more of like a bag of holding type quiver?
Kinda, yes.
That'd be impressive.
It would lighten the load.
Tell you what. If you hit 20, I can make that happen.
Oh, do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it, Aaron. Do it.
Got a deal.
Got yourself a deal.
Yes.
Perfect. He goes, all right. So, what do you prefer? Would you prefer your bow? Would you prefer that firearm?
My bow, thank you.
Very well.
Yeah.
I'd like to try it too.
I still like stringing it.
All right. So,
Ice Girl, why don't you and I make a side bet? A little competition since...
What?
I mean, I don't think you're really interested in a quiver.
No, I just want to shoot it.
Exactly. Same here.
Mm-hmm.
How about whoever wins pays for the other one? Or doesn't have to pay. Sorry, whoever loses has to pay.
Yes, you're on.
All right.
Aaron just lays out arrows.
well, we'll go with you first. And she points to you, Aaron, and goes, and you two will be able to follow up right after.
It's fine to wait.
Wait. Sitting here very patiently.
And
Okay.
as you get up, knock your arrow and pull it back. She's ready, and that's where we'll go to break.
The roll of two.
Cliffhanger!
Yes. All right. So we'll go ahead and take a break here. We'll be back here in about 10 minutes and see if our Reno friend Aaron is able to upgrade his quiver. As well as let's see what happens with the twins and shooting firearms.
Yay!
This is gonna go well.
Going to be
Yeah.
fine.
Perfect. I'm excited for this. So join us here in about 10 minutes. That'll be about 8:59 Central. Stay tuned. everybody, and welcome back to the second half of tonight's episode of Winds of Calamity. In case you are just now joining us, our intrepid adventurers have made it onto the Gerudo Pirate Fort, where they have spoken with the Queen Lydia and have made a deal to at least be able to stay the night and then potentially barter their way to gaining the Zora Sapphire as retrieval of Mira and having it rejoined with her people. Adek is currently sparring with her to take some lessons and on how to improve in his weapon prowess, and our other three companions are now down below about to take in some fun little mini games, if you will, as Aaron has stepped up to the plate and is about to partake in various targets appearing before him. about to rapidly increase in speed as they go, agreeing that if he hits all 20, he's able to get a very special quiver. And as we left off, the Gerudo behind the counter counted down to 3, 2, 1, go. And you hear a slight whistle as suddenly 5 targets pop out. Go ahead and make your first attack roll.
Good thing I chose the bow because it is a +10.
Yep.
Nat 20.
Jeez. All right, as you just go out and you just take this bow and just go, you knock an arrow, you just boom, 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 boom. 5, almost in a split second, it feels like. Just suddenly all 5 targets just explode in splinters. And then a few seconds pass as the targets go, mechanisms go back once more. And then a few seconds pass. Another whistle as 5 more targets appear. Go ahead and make another attack roll.
Okay, I shit you not.
Another nat 20? Bruh!
That's not the 20, but
Yeah,
yes.
no, I hear you. No worries. All right, as you take back, and suddenly, again, the secondly, you are determined to get this quiver. As you pull back, and again, dush, 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 you go up, down, in perfect synchronization. The targets go back. Another whistle. 5 more come out. Go ahead and make another attack roll. I swear if you get another nat 20.
Wait.
Okay, no, but 26.
Okay, fair enough. As you go, and again, this one is a little less fast, and as you're going, boom, 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 you manage to hit, and you hit the last one, and at the last second, it goes down. Right as you hit it. You realize you just got the timer.
Nice.
A few more seconds pass as you wait and pause with bated breath as you knock an arrow. A little bit of sweat going down your eye, next to your eye. Whistle comes up. Last one.
28.
28. Actually, I'm sorry. That was 4. We're gonna have one more. No, she did say 20. So yes, this would be correct. She goes. You let out and fire. Pull up. Boom, 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 and you manage to hit 4. And right as you release on the last one, you almost see it in a little bit of slow, your vision almost seems to slow along as you're watching the arrow fly through the air. And right as the target is about to lower, your arrow collides and manages to strike true on the target. You manage to hit all 20 perfectly.
Never doubted with a moment.
And she looks, and there's just massive applause from her, but not also her, but also all the other people watching at this point. They're absolutely impressed by the precision of what you're doing. And just, well, a deal is a deal. She goes down and says, here's this quiver that you requested. So you go ahead and add that to your inventory.
Yes.
Well done, my dude. You 2 nat 20s. I think you earned that.
Awesome.
Yeah, 100%.
I think you earned that.
I don't think you get much better than that.
Like, if you had gotten 3 nat 20s, I might just say, forget rolling again. You
got it.
Yeah, statistics are demanding that this happens.
He hit all the targets that weren't even up yet.
Exactly. I may just say, screw it. Statistics are demanding it right now. Let's go.
Right.
So, with that, the Gerudo behind looks and goes, she hands both of you muskets. And she goes, you wish to try out the firearms then?
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
Would love to try that.
Great. Well, and she briefly explains it on how to load it properly. So, just so you know, mechanically, what's going to be happening, you're not going to be getting proficiency. And we'll go ahead and go from there. So he says, this necessarily won't be a target game as loading the mechanism is a little too slow in comparison to that of a bow. However, this is just a simple target practice. You get 5 shots, and the person with the most points wins.
Oh, I'm so ready. I'm so ready. Let's do this.
Well, the youngest of the two can go first.
He is technically.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm older than you now.
Fine, I'll go first.
Ooh, hit a nerve there.
All right.
Okay. Do you want me to just roll 5 or?
It's going to be, yes. So you're going to roll 5. Add your dexterity,
Mm-hmm.
not adding proficiency.
Okay. Sounds good.
I don't think any of us have firearm proficiency.
No,
Yeah.
a deck does.
Yes. And I find that funny
he
because
does.
that is
That's
DM
so
discretion.
fun.
Yep.
Okay.
We talked about it before campaign. So
Nice.
Nice.
First roll 8.
8. So as you go, the good news is it's you will need to. So just so both of you know, if you roll a 1 or a 2, you need to let me know because that is a misfire.
Sounds good.
So as you go, you pull back, and you know how to pull it back onto the hammer and fire, and it just goes back, and the wood, you don't hit the target. You hit the back of the wood as the wood splinters behind the target.
Look at this is so fun. She doesn't even care. She missed.
Yeah.
You do like making a show of things.
Oh, I didn't expect it to like kick back like that. Okay, let's go again. Let's go again.
The Gerudo merchant asks for the musket. She loads it for you, and then hands it back. And she goes, "Go ahead." So go ahead and make another attack roll.
I got a 3 on the die, so 5.
This time it's a little higher up. Still not hitting the target. The Gerudo merchant's looking rather concerned by this point, but is like, they paid, or they're gonna pay, and then make another attack roll.
Cizri, if I can,
Yes?
can I put my 2 cents in?
What?
If you don't want my advice, you
Okay,
don't
tell
have to
me
take
your
it.
advice. Tell.
Okay.
When she's not looking around, just lower the barrel. So it's like facing the target a little bit more.
Yes.
You seem to have a little bit of a happy feet issue. If you still yourself a little bit and steady your aim, you might be able to shoot a little better. Throwing that out there.
I'll try.
Just observations, maybe.
Well, I did roll a 17, so.
Hey! So taking that in, begrudgingly, like, okay, and you go and you take a deep breath and fire, you do manage to hit the target. You specifically manage to hit not necessarily the bullseye, but what you do hit is one of the more outer rings. She looks, she goes, well, that'd be about 10 points.
I'm getting better already. All right. Thank you.
You have 2 more shots.
If I can give any tips, think of
Yes.
it like you're pointing an arrow at your target. Arrow should be facing the target. And breathe.
Okay.
Don't
What?
be sporadic
Yeah.
with your breathing.
All right.
Gaben's taking notes watching this whole thing.
15.
It's like I've done this before.
All right, 15. You managed to hit into the same ring area, and she goes, that's another 10 points.
All right.
Last
One
one.
last one.
Last one. You rolled a 2.
Okay.
Into the roof.
Aaron
no.
and Avon dive for cover.
As you fire, something happens with the mechanism where it doesn't ignite properly and go outward. Rather, what happens is suddenly it does fire. It just breaks. It doesn't explode yet, but it just breaks. There's something that happened with
It got jammed.
It got jammed. Luckily, they don't explode yet. It's if you fire it again, you misfire. That's when it explodes. So, well, good news is we were able to fix this. Also, good news, you don't have to fire anymore.
Good. Okay. Well, that was very fun. Thank you very
Very good.
much.
I meant
Beat 20
Way
points
better than
even.
I thought it was going to
I
be.
meant good news in that if you were to fire this again, there's a strong chance that this would explode and not be good.
Oh, I see. Well, then you saved my life. Thank you so much. This was great. Okay, Ava, let's see.
All right,
Let's go, 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 go.
all right, Ava.
And
you're
tip
up.
supply, Ava.
See what I can do. All right. I'll step up and kind of look at it a little bit, kind of, trying to get the good feel for it with his mastermind look. And he will steady his aim with the rogue ability.
Yep. Cutting
And
action.
yep. And he'll take advantage on it.
It's a rogue cunning action. Steady aim.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. As you take it and you breathe and fires. You get it. You do manage to get a little bit further in than Cizri. And that would be 15 points.
I almost caught up.
Well, look at you.
Perfect. So go ahead and go again.
Natural 20.
You look and you just fire straight down the middle and manage to get direct bullseye. And that is 25 points.
Wow,
Should I
you're
keep-
beating me already. That is just crazy. You're amazing.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Why don't I take one more shot and you can take the last two to see if you can catch up? If you'd like.
You want? Sure.
Yeah, why not?
I feel like it's not very fair, but
Oh, I think you are holding back, aren't you?
no.
Make it a real competition.
He senses
You're
the
better at me
hustle
at
that's
so
going on right
many
now.
things.
Natural
You
20.
know?
are you serious?
He's looking at
What? What? Okay, why is it always like the downtime sessions that nat 20s fly?
Yep.
Because when it's stupid, it works.
so,
Yes.
well, that is another 25 points, which I think, if I did my math correctly, will put you at 65 points to 20.
Oh. 2?
Sure. Have two shots. How about it?
All right.
you need to hit a natural 20 both times.
I mean, by the way the universe has been operating tonight, it's probably going to happen. Like,
Ava just stands back, hands behind his back.
Yes, Amara. That is the quote of the century.
when it's stupid, it works.
Yeah.
Yep.
I want nat 20 so bad.
Okay, I will do steady aim now.
Okay.
For mine. It looks like she's trying a little harder than maybe before.
Again, fixing the barrel.
Oh, it's giving Abram's
No.
gun. So.
Hmm.
Yeah. Uh, 15.
15. She goes, well, that is another 10 points. Which brings
Wow, I am just catching up, aren't I?
which brings you up to 30, so
Okay.
could close the gap.
13.
And it goes a little bit outside. And that would be 5 points. 35. For first time shooting, that is quite admirable.
Very good.
Yes, thank you so much. And I drop like the coins in Avum's hand, for him to pay, like. Wow, you just are doing so well here. This is very good.
I am. I love it. I could be a pirate or something.
You could be a part. You could be anything you want here.
Like
and I just look
rawr.
very
Is that-
pleased
that's
with
what- that's
myself.
Is that what you say? Rawr? You know?
Rar? I don't know. Yeah. Do the pirates here say rar?
That's what we say.
You mean... No, we don't say anything like that at all.
Oh, all right.
Same. Well, I won the shooting contest then. Here's your coins. Do you have a bag of holding?
I mean, technically what we have, I gave to
That
your
wasn't
friend.
a part of the. Yeah, that wasn't a part of the deal, even. That was
No, it's not.
Just our thing.
Oh, no, this is just a question.
Oh, I see. I see.
I'm not asking for a reward. that
don't-
was reward enough.
I don't really have many things are magical in essence. Not many. Usually more in the area of weaponry, not so much everyday usage, if you will.
Oh, do you know if anyone on the island that perhaps does?
Usually the captains.
Fair enough. Alright, well, do you have anything cool to buy from?
Well, we do have some various weapons that you can purchase from us. Some of different quality, different makes. You could also, if you wanted to, you could purchase a firearm. They are rather expensive since they are, well, new, rediscovered technology, apparently. But
I assume so. I don't have too much on me, so.
Well,
Though a firearm would be kind of interesting.
it would be.
It would be interesting.
I might be able to spare a broken one, though it would cost a decent, at least a flintlock one. I could potentially part ways with one for maybe 100 rupees.
Does hurt. Unfortunately, I do not have 100 rupees.
But like we both have together, we could find it if you really want it. If you really want it.
Trust me, I do. This is actually really fun.
Yeah.
But they want to buy Attic's bag of holding.
We already bought him that core thing.
What?
I
I know. But with everything that's happened, us taking his bag is...
I understand, but also I think you should get something nice too. You're so good at it.
Any way to bring that down to 75 for our impressive feats today? For winning the contest?
Make a persuasion check.
Can I also?
I'll give him advantage, yeah. Or you can roll too if you want.
Yeah, go ahead and roll.
You want me to roll too? Okay.
Yeah, go ahead and roll.
Yeah, we're both talking.
Okay. 16.
What'd you get, Ava?
I totally forgot that I needed to do something. I was like, I even rolled too. I'm like looking at my dice, like, 21. Right?
21.
Yeah. 21.
She kind of just strokes her chin just a little bit, thinks for a second, and says, "For first time, it was rather impressive display.
Oh,
I could do 75.
I can add to the pot. You give us a broken one. We do have a few people that like to tinker. We can fix it. Maybe find new ways to add to it, and maybe we can bring it back and trade it for something so you can sell it again later."
What? But you said you wanted it.
I know. I do want it. So if we fix it, make it better, use it, and then maybe a little more gold, we upgrade it for something else. Now she has a unique gun that is even better than it was before that she gets to sell.
Oh, I guess, yeah.
Well,
He steps on her toes.
she looks
Like, go with the deal.
She ponders for a second and just thinks, I think 75 would be able to suffice. I could definitely maximize profit even with just 75 rupees.
Perfect.
Sales. Oh, that's expensive. I'll put in 54. That's all I got.
Oh, I know we have no money after this. None.
I don't know why we're doing this.
I also.
If you want to see the Cizri and Ava coming out, it's happening now.
Yeah. So 75. So how much did you pay? And how much should I put in?
You need to pay, so 50, 75, 20, 26 would be on your end.
Okay.
I put in 54.
Okay.
I did the math right. No,
Cool.
75? 54.
no, I did the math wrong.
You need to put 21, not 25.
Yep, I went the wrong way with it. Yep.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
You
I was
did.
like,
To quote Travis Willingham, you did reverse math.
No,
did
no,
I mean, I thought 26 works, but okay.
No, big guy. The other way.
You mean subtraction. I don't care. That's my favorite moment from campaign 1.
That one was a funny one. Yeah.
I don't care. That's my favorite moment.
You mean subtraction?
Yeah. Anyway.
Aaron's asking about the yellow tip arrows.
She goes, oh, yes. These are what's known as shock arrows. They are obviously, you fire them off and they give an electrical charge to any target. You could potentially even electrify bits of standing water.
That could be useful. How much?
Well, parting with one will run you about 20 rupees. A bundle of 5 will run you about 100. They are rather expensive to make because there's a bit of an infusing process with the magic, but it can be done. But you can part with at least one for 20.
You might be able to sell them more if you give a little discount in a bundle form. Sorry, I don't mean to backseat merchant or anything. It's just we run a shop as well. I found a few bundle things with slightly less. You'd actually get them to buy the higher model product than the lower one than just a $20 arrow. So just a thought. Just putting that out there. I don't mean to interrupt. I apologize.
Well, now it's 30.
Oh, well, right. Wasn't even trying to bring it lower, just saying.
I don't have that kind of money on me, thank you. But if you have any books that potentially describing the process, I'd actually be pretty grateful for that as well.
Let's see. She looks through and says, I don't necessarily have any books, but what I do have is, yes, 1 second. I do have a scroll here that I could probably part with for the aforementioned at least 30 rupees in this instance. It is a scroll, but it explains the process and you'd be able to get it, well, forever.
That is good enough a deal as any, so he'll hand the gold, grab scroll.
Perfect. Yep, so as you look it over, this is a scroll that describes the process of how to more or less make shock arrows. You gather that over reading it and scanning it, that part of the process is to hunt down electric choo-choos, which is gelatin-type creatures. So yes, for those of you wondering, those little ooze blob things in Zelda, they're called choo-choos.
Choo-choos.
Aw, they're so cute.
So
they're adorable, and then they try to kill you.
yeah, they're C-H-U-C-H-U.
Okay.
So.
Well, thank you.
More than
Yes, thanks for the fun time.
more than happy to
It was
provide
the
it.
best.
As that time comes to a close, you are pointed to a general area where you could rest for the night, all 4 of you undisturbed, where then a deck comes down. Oh, you wanted to do something. Perfect.
I did have something.
And we'll jump back to a deck.
At the end of our training,
Yes.
I'm just going to look to Lydia and say, so I have a way to maybe just give some added security for tonight for that item we are talking about, if you don't mind.
I'll never say no to the Son of Marul.
So it's in this box, right?
Indeed.
Do you mind just open? I'll stay back, but
She looks and she does open it ever so slightly. And the inside is basically almost propped up in a very held in nice cushioned position. You see an object that is in the center, lined in almost gold to make like 3 C's. And then on the outer edges of it is a blue like gem. You gather that is indeed a sapphire, and it looks to be in the symbol of Zora. You recognize that this is indeed the Zora's sapphire.
wow, beautiful. So where are you keeping it tonight?
She closes it, opens up her wardrobe, and pops out a little bit of the back, and then puts it back there. Says, "Where I've kept it these past few weeks."
Do you mind if I put a spell around your wardrobe here?
By all means.
All right. Pull out some thread and spend 11 minutes putting an alarm around it. Probably more on like the front side, obviously, than the back side, but still like the back side's covered as well. And I'll do the mental one, so as long as I'm within a mile, it will ping. Even if I'm asleep, it wakes me up. So
Awesome. She looks in.
Uh,
There's just a crooked grin across her face, amused, watching this. Goes, "You certainly embraced your Sheikah side."
you have permission to go through and won't wake me up, just so you know, but no one else is on the list. In case you need clothes or something, I figured it'd be nice.
Thank you.
Sign of trust, too.
Indeed. Keep working on your skills. You'll make a fine warrior yet.
Thanks.
And I mean that in the highest honor. You don't have to be ashamed of being a Gerudo.
Not shame.
Caution?
I mean, I grew up with one of the best Gerudo warriors of all time. My mom. So,
Well, at least she taught you something right.
well, thanks.
She gives you a pat on the on the back and says, "Go join your friends. I need a little bit of sleep."
It's a good workout. Yeah, let's get some rest.
You need to work up your confidence, boy. Especially if you're going to be asking out that Twilight anytime soon. And as she just pulls back the curtain, just pulls back.
All right, good night.
Yes.
Everyone else knows it before they do.
Right?
And I will wander to try to find my friends, I guess.
Yeah. You are eventually able to do so as the four of you are probably resting outside the tent waiting for a deck. You eventually see him wandering around looking for you all, waving to him, bringing him down, and all four of you are reunited.
Avum has his glasses on at the edge of his nose with the gun like starting to be taken apart, sketching each little piece and like trying to map it out and blueprint it.
And Aaron
nice-
is setting
nice
up an
gun.
alarm as well.
Oh, you're casting alarms? Perfect.
Yeah.
Nice-
Oh my god, Attic.
Nice gun. That's awesome.
We shot a bunch of guns, and Avon was like amazing at it. So we bought him a gun. It's broken, but I mean, it'll probably work at some point.
I was all right.
Some point.
I've shot guns before, too. It's pretty fun.
Oh, you love it?
Oh, yeah. It's a good time.
It is so much fun.
I figured it'd be another maybe little project to work on. Downtime in between yours.
Oh, you want me to work on that for you?
Oh, you're with me, yes.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Sounds like fun.
Yeah. I was thinking we could find ways to improve it, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
I was kind of thinking of finding ways to make it maybe a little bit more either light or comfortable in our hands, or maybe even a scope that has to do with our sunglasses to maybe allow us who have quite different vision than what it's intended for to be a little bit more, efficient with it, or proficient, I guess would be the right word.
I mean, it takes some time to train up to that, but yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, you're gonna be so good at it. It's perfect. I'm so glad we got that. No regrets. No regrets spending all our money.
Oh, you spend all your money on this?
Oh yeah, a lot of it for sure. It is definitely worth it though, in my opinion.
Oh man, we gotta find ways to get money, guys. We have not had
Seriously.
income for weeks.
We don't have money at all, but who needs it?
I was kind of thinking about that. Do you think anyone wants to buy this? And he like pulls out like a mace from his backpack. He's like, I don't know. I stole it before I left. I don't use it.
You could just.
Where'd you steal it
Which is what?
I took it from him.
from? From where?
Like when I started the adventure, I took it from him.
From our house?
Oh, I borrowed it from the armorer.
We were
Wait.
talking to a weapon.
Not like we're gonna go into the wild without a weapon.
Yeah.
We were just talking to a weapons merchant. They could have sold it there.
Really? You think they buy stuff?
They probably would have taken it as a trade also.
So I walk over to the merchant and try and sell my mace.
I'm not going over there.
I'm gonna go to sleep. Thank you.
I'm gonna lie down as well.
Fair enough. She looks like she's about to be wrapping up shop. She's like, oh, did you want to do something else?
Do you buy things as well?
Certainly.
Twilight mace.
She takes a look at it and says, oh.
And leather armor.
And leather armor. Yeah, I could take these things off your hands. Tell you what. 20
I'm
rupees.
broke.
That you what?
Oh, because I'm broke.
Oh,
I need food.
20 rupees for the whole thing.
Fantastic.
Perfect. And she hands you 20 rupees.
That was the most GameStop response ever.
It was.
The most I could do is like $10.
The most I could do is $10. It's an
60
Xbox
games.
360. Yeah, 60.
Better than nothing.
It's like just a giant stack from the floor. Best I can do is $5, bro.
And as I come back, we don't need to RP anything like that,
No,
but I'm
that's
going
fine.
to sleight of hand 10 of those rupees into Cizri's pouch of rupees.
I want to see if I notice. Oh wait, do I do passive perception?
You're fine. I had 6.
Yeah, even with your passive perception, which would be like
Yeah.
14
I
now.
like trip and like all the 10 rupees spill out. Like, Here you go. And then I walk over to my gun and just let her pick them up.
Everyone just kind of shifts and looks around as they're kind of getting ready for bed. Fires are being put out, and they just see you sheepishly putting everything back into its place.
Can I
Yeah.
bother Attic really fast before he goes to sleep?
Certainly.
Okay. I just want to like go over to him and be like, hey, thanks for this thing. And I
You
hold
like
up,
it?
I love this thing.
I'm glad.
This is like the coolest thing ever. Now I really can remember everything.
I mean, I feel like we're probably going to go to a lot of really amazing places, and this way you can remember all the details and not just worry about forgetting bits and pieces.
That's the thing I've been worried about the most. So this is like probably like the nicest present ever. So thanks.
I mean, you guys have been like my best friends, so I want to do nice things for you.
No way.
Yeah.
You've been awesome. I'm so glad we all met up.
Good thing.
Yeah. Hey, can I ask you a question? Really fast?
Sure.
What did you, Lydia mean when she said something about your mom having a lot of pain or something? What was that about?
Is there a lot of people around, or are we pretty isolated?
Where you're located, you would potentially be rather isolated. Where if you're due to whisper, no one would be able to hear you.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to talk super loud.
Yeah, so, I mean, I just kind of whisper. I mean, males aren't allowed in the city, so my dad and myself, we couldn't spend a lot of time with my mom. And the stigma to be the mother of that child is also something she has to carry. There's a lot of weight with this.
Oh. Stigma being a bad stigma? Or just a dangerous one?
Imagine you built something that was like incredibly powerful and it ended up destroying the world.
Okay.
You'd feel pretty bad for being the person who built it, right?
Yes. I see where you're going with it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and you could just take over everything if you wanted to right now.
I don't know if it's that easy, but I mean, kind of.
That's crazy. I can see why you didn't want to talk about it very much to anybody.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of weight with who I am. So, just gotta be careful with it.
Yeah. We can do the hair dye thing more. I will cover for you 100%. If you ever want to, I mean, Twilight Realm is fun if you've never been there before and you've like grown up there and been there for forever. So like if you ever want to like get away and just like get out to like
Oh yeah, I'd love to go to the Twilight Realm.
Yeah.
See your shop and everything, and
Oh yeah, there you go.
all the places you stomped around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have some pretty good spots. Ava and I have scouted out some nice places. So, you know, just know that offer's open. It's a good thing to run away to for a little bit.
Yeah, I'd love to go.
Yeah. Okay, good. Well, I did want to thank you for this though. This is best.
You're welcome.
What are you going to make with that thing we bought you? That's what
I
I'm
don't know
wondering.
yet. That thing has a lot of potential. I have to think of something real good.
Oh yeah, okay. If you get an idea, you should tell me.
Okay.
Okay. All right, good night.
Good night.
Are we staying in 2 different tents or just one?
It'd be just one tent. Nothing? Okay.
Oh no, I was gonna do something if it was 2 different tents, but with one.
Okay. All right. You all...
Avum kind of gives Cizri the kind of little look.
Right over her head.
No, it looks like she gets it, and she's just saying good night.
Oh, okay. It's the I get it.
Like
I'm
an
ignoring
unspoken,
it.
like we're not talking about this right now.
This session has been a lot of Cizri mind games where.
Yeah, it's been
A lot of them.
it's been the I get this. I know what this is. I'm not acknowledging it.
Yep.
That kind of look. Okay.
And Avum picks up on subtlety, unlike his twin sister. So, he's noting it.
And as you all go to rest for the night, as the crashing of the waves almost does a bit of a lull you to sleep, you, for a while, almost have a sense of peace about you. The night goes largely without issue. The sun rises with the morning calls of the gulls. The scent of the brine of the sea hits your nostrils. Fresh in the morning. The sun is currently high up in the sky as it is currently just painted with lovely colors of red, blue, and yellow. I'm sorry, not blue. Red, yellow, and orange. My mind instantly went to blue. But anyway, it is a beautiful morning. Currently, fires are being set up for you all to go ahead and start to make your various breakfasts.
We should also check in with Mira and Lineback. I'm sure they are slightly worried about our endeavor. And also, I kind of lean into the 3 of them. like to actually hear what Mira wants in all of this.
Oh, you guys didn't
Greasy.
talk on last night?
You know.
Oh,
Probably should've.
No, I actually forgot about it. I got really excited with guns and.
Yeah.
I get it. Guns are cool. Yeah.
I mean,
Thanks,
you had your little training thing. That was cool too. So
Yeah, did you learn some new moves?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? That's exciting.
The way he said it, it's just like, oh yeah, I learned some new moves.
AKA extra attack, I think.
I can swing one more time.
I can swing twice as fast now, guys.
Perfect. Well, the floor is pretty much yours. If you guys want to head out to the dock area, you are more than free to do so.
I have at least check in with them, and then he wants to hear from Mira, kind of report in what Lydia said, and then if Mira would agree or not agree, because at least in this case, Avum has no tie either way to what happens to the stone. He'd rather go with whatever Mira wants in this situation.
Yeah, certainly.
I mean, I wouldn't mind bringing some breakfast up to Lydia and trying to talk to her. So if you guys want to go talk to Mira, I can go up there.
Cool. Meet
You
you up there afterwards.
Do you want to go alone or do you want backup?
No,
Like,
anybody's
just
welcome.
someone else. Okay.
Just whatever you want to do. Just go
And
eat
Cizri
breakfast.
could go with you if you want.
Sure.
I mean, I could go. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys make a great team.
Thanks.
Yeah, well, I think so.
So,
Right, Maverick?
Maverick.
I'll be your goose today.
Oh, you're goose today? Okay.
I thought he's. Oh, do we switch around goofs every day?
Well, if
now?
you're not going to accept the
I
call
will not
names,
accept
Maverick
it.
and Goose
No.
typically go together, so
Oh.
Marlin and Iceman typically team up. At least in my story, they did.
I didn't get that far, so.
Yeah, obviously. You've read it?
What? Okay, hey, let's go at it.
Here she.
You know what?
Hidden diary stories.
you know what? It does not surprise me in the slightest that Cizri would sneak reading Avum's private stories at all.
The best part is she started reading it and he was just probably so in detail about things that she didn't care about that she got bored and dropped it.
100%.
10 pages in, she's like, yeah.
Much detail.
The romance was like Star Wars level lines where it's one or two lines, and then you get into the political stuff, it's prequels,
Oh, it's prequel.
Oh, it's prequel.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, there you go. That makes sense.
Or there's way too much detail in how this guy repaired something, or did
100%.
something, yeah.
Right.
So it's just no.
It's like Tolkien with trees.
Yeah, I was literally just thinking
I'm
that.
gonna skip 2 pages past this scene, and
Yeah. All right. So, Avum and Aaron, as you both walk out to the dock, you do find that the SS Lineback is officially tied off. It seems that it has been more or less documented that it is currently here. It seems that Lineback is currently on the deck doing a little bit of cleaning. He says, "Oh, was wondering what happened to you all. I assume that nothing bad happened.
we need to go. We need to go now. The other two, they're gone forever. We need to go.
Avum.
How did you escape? Why aren't there alarms going then? What?
Avum, stop it.
Good
We're
morning.
fine.
I'm sorry. I apologize. Yeah.
Hey.
You like pranks. Come on.
Anyway, what's happened last night? Mira's currently still asleep. She didn't sleep well last night.
Yeah, we probably should have come back and let you guys know that she just let us in and we had tea.
Oh.
It was significantly simpler than we were planning it to be.
Wait.
Good to know.
But there's a caveat with it.
Of course there is. There's always a caveat.
He wants to keep the gem here.
1
It's not
second.
under any malicious intent, just she wants to keep it here.
That's why we want to see what Mira wants.
1 second. Blind Beck goes down below deck and gone for a few moments and then comes back up, and Mira's more or less rubbing her eyes as she's just getting up, and she goes, well, you said that Lydia wishes to keep the gem here.
He believes it would be safer here,
Animosity.
considering, and more people know. Yeah, just the fact that people know where it is in Zora's domain, that it would be in Zora's domain, would make it easier to defend here.
But the might of the Zoras is strong. There's might in numbers, and our abilities with that of magic and arcane type is strong.
But there's also strength in anonymity. If people don't know where it is, no one can really go for it.
It's a risk either way. But it is your people's right to do it, and I don't think we would make the decision without you. I don't know if you wish to speak with Lydia on this matter.
If possible, I would, but it is the right of my people. We were entrusted by the goddesses to watch over that spiritual stone.
What if it's wiser for you to then turn it to someone else to defend? You'd still be the one choosing to guard it.
But not directly.
Have you never given stones over to any other guardians?
No. The Zora Sapphire has always been in possession of that of the Zora. And even if it has been in temporary transport, it's always landed in the hands of a Zora, never in another. We were appointed as guardians over this stone for that very reason.
Good.
It is our people, and it's our tradition, it's our heritage. I'll speak to her. I'll see what I can do. She then does just a full-on swan dive into the water and just starts. You just see almost the thing of almost water just rocketing, just straight up, almost like witnessing a missile underwater. Or torpedo underwater, and just going and starts going out one area, and it starts circling back as she shoots and skyrockets out of the water, using the momentum to propel herself, and then suddenly casting a spell in midair to get up to the top balcony.
I don't know if she realized there are stairs.
We probably should have lived with the fact that she was welcome to just walk in.
Yeah, it's quite flamboyant, but impressive.
Is that what it looks like when I just take off somewhere?
Yeah, 100%. Which, and might be a little forward of me to ask of you this morning. I'm a little, I don't know, a little more alive today, but can we try, maybe without, much little pressure, that little shadow thing? Maybe I could ride your shadow again up to the tower, see if it works. I have the ability to make sure I'm safe this time. Again, calculated risk.
Sure, why not? Always worth a try.
It'd be very effective in other situations where we need to get out really quick.
Agreed. Okay.
Don't trust this. Thank you. Well, actually, you can tell her if we succeed. If we fail, please don't.
Okay.
And then I just melt into a shadow.
Perfect. So, Aaron, as you start going flying, how fast are you flying?
It's
You can be safe. I'm taking off.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, go ahead and make a dexterity. We'll say dexterity saving throw.
16.
16. He rockets off, and for a split second, you're like, oh! And you almost lose it, but then you're able to focus and manage to maintain. You manage to maintain until the last second when you're on the balcony, and you come collapsing to the ground. So you do manage to maintain it until the last second.
This is pretty good.
Perfect.
That actually worked.
It's way better than last time.
Definitely.
And as all three of you are now on the balcony, we jump over to Cizri and a deck. As winding back time a little bit, you all head up with the breakfast to Lydia.
Before we go in, probably wait, are we gonna try and sway her to do a certain thing, or are we just hearing what she has to say?
I think we just hear what she has to say.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, we gotta wait till we hear what Mira wants too, right? So
That's true. Okay, I didn't know if you wanted to like go at a certain angle or anything.
I mean, she seems reasonable.
No, she does.
She has her reasons for why she wants to do what she wants to do, but I think she is reasonable when it comes to what needs to be done, one way or another.
Okay, so you do trust her.
As far as I know, yeah.
Cool. I mean, she seems great.
She could have killed me last night. We were by ourselves. She was fighting me. So
That's a good point. Yeah. All right. Sounds good. So now we knock.
And says, oh, just a moment. Door opens up as she's tightening her robe and says, oh. Come on in.
Morning.
good morning. Brought breakfast.
All right. Forgive the hair. She is putting a little bit more of a high ponytail at this point, just to control the morning hair a little bit. And she looks and goes, oh, what do you wish to speak about?
Well, we wanted to get breakfast first. Our friends are talking to Mira, and then we'll all meet up.
They're going to meet up here? They're going to meet up down there?
I think here.
It's probably fair enough. Well, please, I have various fruits, some meats, as well as even, let's see, a little bit of a... She takes a biscuit and just tink, tink, tink onto the table. 2-week-old biscuits. What? Life at sea is not always glamorous.
Even for a queen.
Again, only in title, not necessarily in practice.
True. It still sounds very impressive, though.
Eh.
I mean, is there somebody you would say is the practicing queen of...
Oh, that's a good question.
Of the Gerudo?
Well, of this group
this
here,
one.
the pirates.
Technically it, but... Again, even then, it's just in title.
Does, I'm sorry, I forgot her name. The person we saw yesterday, is she kind of in charge, too? And that other person?
Solana?
Solana
Yes,
is a captain. Specifically, she would be the captain of the Tempest. She was elected in that position probably about 2 years ago by her crew. As far as the other individual you saw, Astor, the purple-robed person, Hylian, he is more or less, I guess you would call a advisor of sorts.
To you?
More or
Or
less.
multiple people?
More or less to me. He's pretty much remains on the fort, though if I deem to leave these shores, then he will more than likely come along with. As far as I know, he can be trusted. But again, best to keep your guard up wherever you go.
True.
Interesting. Okay. So you wanna say the big news when everybody comes here? Your decision.
Oh, you're talking to me.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what? That'd probably be best. And at that moment, you hear... Doom, doom, doom. And it says...
Must be them.
Oh yeah.
She goes, 1 second. And it suddenly opens up the door, and Mira's just there, just dripping in water. And you two are finishing more or less a high five.
Amira.
Hi.
Good morning.
She looks and goes, Lydia, I know your decision, but but you must hear me. I must have that. And Lydia raises her hand, saying, first things first, let's eat.
I kind of like walk and put my hand on Mira's back, like, calm down, it's fine.
I like lean over to Attic. I'm like, I've never seen her this fired up.
Mira,
It's pretty precious, so.
That makes sense, I guess.
Mira clenches her staff and just nods and then makes her way forward just a little bit.
Here, come sit by me.
Yeah, get over here, Mira.
Perfect.
Aaron just sees the 2-week-old biscuit and just like, had worse.
You're probably at this point you're more or
Probably
less you have probably very much had the equivalent of hardtack. So you know the best ways to prepare that. But as you do, it's a fine meal for something at sea. It is designed more or less to provide energy and strength for hard work, and prevent any illnesses that would come along the sea. There's not a lot of chatter at the table. It's more or less just a lot of anticipation. And with one final sip of cup of tea, Lydia puts it down. I thought about all your words. Everything that you've mentioned about potentially it being here, bringing further threat to my people. And if my concern for my people is so great that, well, I wish that you all would be gone by this morning, then perhaps there's a bit of inconsistency in my concern if I keep something as this with me. So this is what I've decided to do. In order to assure that it gets to where it needs to go, I will take myself, my crew, and you all may come along with, and we will return this sapphire personally aboard my vessel.
I think that sounds really great, but what do you guys think?
How many in your crew?
My crew for the vessel would probably stand about 50. No, I'm sorry, 30.
And do you trust them?
This crew I do trust.
It's
They will not know none of them will know the purpose for our voyage. They will only know the destination. Specifically that we are to return a supposed prisoner to her people. And that is all they will know.
I actually think this is a good plan, Your Highness, if you are okay with it. However, I do want to point out, just as a adversary point of view, that if you are trying to keep animosity and no connection to this, even though they might not know outwardly the connection to this, you are creating a direct connection by traveling straight there, and also much bigger target than a small boat of just 6.
That is true, but at the same time, these are all excellent points. I would also interject that Mira here would be able to speak on my behalf. And if King Sidon is the man of honor that I presume him to be, and I've heard him to be, he would understand that one person does not represent the whole. and that I could potentially make a bargain to turn over said person to him. So, in other words, unfortunately, that does mean Solana will be coming with us, but she'll be in chains the entire time.
No.
Oh,
Really?
Yes. Oh, yes.
Oh, that's very, very scandalous. That's fun.
I don't like it.
You don't? Why not?
High risk. People could side with her. They could be turned. You might not be aware of anyone on your crew that is actually in the pocket of this Soleil. Selena. Forget her name. Solana. This is a weird dialect for me.
Fair enough.
But again, just stating the risks. I would be more than happy to go along with anything, and it's not even my decision, so yeah.
What about the rest of you?
A risk. That's all I'm going to say.
It is a risk, but regardless, the fact that remains, if Mira does return to her people, a target to Gerudo Fort will exist nonetheless. The risk exists either way.
How is there a risk if we all just get back on the boat we came on and leave with it?
Especially if they speak in your behalf. You have now 5-6 witnesses instead of 1. I only say this because if you don't trust the other people and the other captains here, you are creating a direct connection. Zora's domain.
And
If you wish to make a secondary audience with them, it should be separate than the travel of the stone.
And what would happen if one of these captains happens upon your vessel of 6? Do you have any guns to go up against that of a frigate?
Why would they target us?
Why indeed? The decision, if you all wish to decide to go ahead and leave with the 6, that is most certainly fine. But I warn you, just because, again, I don't trust many people here. My best assumption is that no one else knows about this sapphire. Just because I declare something to be the case doesn't necessarily mean that's true. And if you leave with Mira in hand, and a frigate comes upon you, and you die, that blood's on my hands. But if you all wish to leave with the 6, with the lot of you and the sapphire, then by all means go ahead and do so. I'm trying to provide you an option for additional protection in case that should happen.
Ron?
Can I see what Mira's what she's looking like?
Yeah, go ahead and make an insight check.
At 10.
She's more just looking at the table, almost like she's drilling a hole through it. Very much lost in her thoughts. You don't know exactly, you can't really get a read exactly on what she's 100% thinking, but there's clearly thoughts going on in her mind.
Mira, why don't you tell us what you're thinking, since this has a lot to do with you?
I don't know what to think. I just want... I want the sapphire back with my people. I understand, Avon, what you said this morning about potentially someone else guarding it in our stead, but this was our charge, and I want to see it through.
Just wanted you to know your options. That's all.
I don't care the means that it gets back. I just want to get it back. Risk or not. So the options are yours. If you all wish to travel in by yourself to Zora's domain, then this will be the way where we part ways. But the offer of my vessel also stands.
Attic, Maverick, you both have been quiet.
Trying to think if there's any other ways.
Attic, do you trust her? And he's referring to Lydia.
Of course I trust Lydia. It's the others I don't know about. I mean, by her own admission, she doesn't trust everybody.
Any way to... I don't know if this would even be smart, but is there a possibility of a third decoy ship? One close enough that if need for help, you are able to intervene, but one where any prying eyes would maybe not see us in the middle of the night.
Your vessel travels slower than a frigate. It's doable.
Well, that's actually one thing to consider, though, is we have a lot of things we have to do. So faster might be better. Just throwing that out there.
Still would have to wait for our frigate to show up, right?
Hmm?
Well, if we're waiting for a ride from Lineback, even if something's faster, getting to Zora's domain, to leave there, we would still have to wait for him unless we're going some other way. of
On a different
transportation.
way, I'm sure we could find something.
I don't know if we should just assume Lineback's gonna take us all over the world, too.
Yeah, he has his
he's got his own
family to
life.
worry about,
I
yeah.
don't think that'd be fair to assume.
Oh, I know. It just he'd already spoken of a few locations he was going to. That's all.
Yeah, I'm sure, I'm sure there's other...
I just hadn't followed your line of thought.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I understand.
No, I'm just saying speed might be a very good thing in this case. So, personally, I'm on board with the Lydia plan because if we have a lot of people, that's going to help things. We're going faster. We're getting there.
So,
But-
what about we go with you, Lydia, but we're in possession of the sapphire at all times?
Absolutely. I'd be more than willing to provide that.
Does that sound agreeable to everybody?
Yeah. We could even do a thing where we pass it around or something. You know, just make sure.
Stays between us.
Mm-hmm.
We keep an eye on it ourselves. Make sure we know where it is at all times.
We could make a big show of it, that it's in someone else's hands.
Well,
But
no
we
one
don't
needs
want to bring it up at
We
all.
don't want to bring up any
Yeah,
never mind.
no.
Yes, of
We
course.
don't want to say a word about it.
No, never mind. You're right. I'm overcomplicating it.
You're still new to this whole covert thing, aren't you?
Yeah,
Oh, he is. He doesn't know what he's doing at all.
Oof. Ouch.
Cizri, do I need to remind you about certain events that happened?
Aaron, shh.
I appreciate that. There's a little note that
They
goes.
are all new to the covert.
And then there's the
Okay.
line.
Well,
Lydia, do you
Sometimes there's-
have, by chance, a bag or some other holding device that could potentially seal this item away on another safe place that isn't truly here?
I personally don't.
I didn't know if you had anything in your treasures or...
Someone
I
just
think it's like
win
that.
something that I was like, well, kind of like that. Like just last night. Like, didn't someone just win that? Nudge, nudge.
I have a bag that acts like that. Well, a quiver, actually.
I don't know if
Would
that's the
that
same
work?
thing. I have no idea.
It acts like a bag of holding.
Would that work for us then?
It would technically be within a separate dimension.
Not many people would look in a quiver, even if they did know about it.
It's discreet.
I would just be worried about people who are looking for this
Agree.
being able to track it to the ship. So if we have it in something
Yeah.
like that, it could be less traceable.
Interesting. The only thing is, Aaron, is you can't. I think you got to be careful with how much you fly off. If
I mean,
it,
Or
also
leave
things
or leave
me
the quiver
flying
with
off would
us.
help.
or leave the quiver with us. Yeah.
Temporarily.
Or you could do a shuffle of what the contents of each bag are.
Mm-hmm.
That I agree with.
So that could be what we do.
Yeah, we could do that. I think that might work a little better.
The merchant said maybe some captains would have these holding bags. Would anyone be willing to part with it or trade with something?
Captains? Oh no. That's how they keep their plunder.
Fair.
Ah,
Fair enough.
nice. Okay.
But I like where your head is at, though. But unfortunately, no, no.
We can
We
make
are-
do though with what we have.
I think
of
we
course.
have what we
I'm
need.
just saying we are looking for one extra one. So.
Unfortunately, I don't know of any around here. But I imagine probably some shop, maybe even around the wild. Who knows? Either way, if this
Maybe
is
a small gift from the Zora for helping and aiding their most precious.
Mira looks over. And says, I probably could work out an agreement.
Oh.
If
Yeah,
you are
yeah.
offering, we're not asking you of anything.
I'm
else.
just wanting to do what's right here and help you. Don't worry about bending up like
You're
and
not
doing all these
obligated
crazy
to anything.
things.
Just a small little favor if you so decide.
Oh
Yes.
well, well. I mean,
No, like I said, you don't have to do anything. It's not obligated. We're just looking for one, and we're more than willing to pay for one.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, you all are returning a most precious object to the Zora, so if possible, we wouldn't mind it, but I could certainly work something out. Don't worry about it.
She said it, not me. So
And with that, Lydia stands up and says, So, I understand your trepidations, but given the skills that probably exist within all of you, I have no doubt that we will be able to get the princess to Zora's domain and turn over the one that started all this to begin with. We'll be leaving this afternoon.
I love your confidence, Lydia, and I also have that same confidence. I'm just very excited about that.
Maybe you'll get the
Let's do
taste of the sea there, Cizri, and maybe teach you a little bit of the ways of the pirating Gerudo.
I love that.
I'll go ahead and tell Lineback what the plan is.
do you
Maybe-
depart line back here then? Is that happens?
Lineback, I imagine. If it's that Lineback, I think he'll have a lot of fun in assisting turning over Solana.
Is there history there?
How do you think
He
he
would
learned how do you think he learned how to fire a gun?
But he would be
Yeah.
traveling slower than us, right? He'd be trailing us.
We'll figure out a means. We can bring his ship up to act as a lifeboat of sorts.
There we go. I
Okay.
like it.
We can figure something out.
So
Okay.
may we have the item?
She puts the box down, opens it, and you see this beautiful gem. And she goes, "Yeah,
Cizri,
Yes? What?
do you want to take a picture, or should we maybe not do that?
No, I won't.
Is it a
I
little
don't
too
think.
Maybe
Alright.
later.
Maybe later, yeah. When it,
Something
like
fresh.
I'll take a picture of like everyone holding it safe.
Like there, I like
Yeah.
that idea. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Do we want to switch things around in our bags now?
Well, there's nothing in the quiver currently.
So the box to the quiver, and I take my bag back.
Mm-hmm.
Are you okay taking your bag back?
It doesn't have the box in it, right? So
Yeah, I'm putting it in the quiver.
Oh, you want to? You mean the book
We're switching.
in the quiver?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're switching things
It's the
around.
box of the book, yes.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, I don't think we should ever put these two inside each other. Just
Oh
for
no!
I
for
agree.
bad
thinking-
stories. So.
No, that's probably not a
Oh,
good
the
idea.
bags! I thought you were talking about yeah.
Probably not a good idea.
So
Yeah, don't put my bag inside your quiver or vice versa.
Not for experimentation.
Oh.
sake.
No,
Do it on your
especially
own
not.
dime.
I've heard stories as well. It's not pretty.
From my study about how this works, we'd lose everything.
and possibly your
Oh,
life.
that's not good.
I
It's bad.
heard of one man using
That's
it as like a
dramatic.
way to launch arrows, but then he forgot and then put it in another one. It was bad.
Yeah, so
Wow.
Rough.
oh great, well, I'm putting this in here and I'm taking my bag back. Thank you.
Perfect.
Yeah, well, there you go.
And you can take the box, the other box.
Perfect. So you
There
can
you
go
go.
ahead and mark down the swapping of inventory. For expediency's sake, Linebeck eventually agrees, and as you all board this vessel known as the Flying Molduga, Linebeck's ship is tied to it as more or less a makeshift life vessel that can be used to escape. You all then set off your way northward towards Zora's domain, and that's what we'll pick up next week.
Voice.
Perfect. Well, thank you all so much for joining us. Good session all around. A lot of plot progression. I'm excited to see where this goes as we continue on our swashbuckling adventure. Solana was also brought on board just with chains and just gagged as well and thrown into the brick below. And we'll see where this happens, what goes next. As a quick reminder, everybody, May 10th, we are taking that week off. We'll still be on next week, but we're just taking that week off. Family stuff and also taking a bit of a break, because that's good every once in a while. Tune in tomorrow night for Feywild with Bardic Dice, mature audiences, as we are, and cheer us on as Silence and I will be playing and taking on a big fight. I think we'll be fine. Hopefully we're fine.
I mean, we are kind of overdue
exactly
for a character death.
Yeah, don't
Right.
jinx it.
Yeah, you guys have gone. Yeah, you've
I
gone
knocked on wood.
two sessions of deaths without.
This is legit what I'm knocking on it. So, and then tune in Thursday for Fates United on Bardic Dice, as well as then Sunday Marquee Gaming with Beacon's Aura. Go ahead and we'll go and do that. I would raid, but everything is glitched out on me tonight, so I can't really raid. So thank you all so much for joining us. Have a great rest of your night. Keep being awesome, and as always, keep rolling those dice. Bye.